From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Hey, welcome to another episode, Nevermind the Furthermore, with the barely prepared Brian K. Morris. I just got in from a business meeting, so we're a little rushed here. Anyway, it's the January 15th, 2021 edition of this extravaganza, and we're so glad you're here. Whether you're watching us live and can interact or you're viewing us on the rerun, we appreciate all of your patronage. We really do. If you're watching on Facebook on the Rising Tide Publications page, please give this video a like if you enjoy any part of it, and also please also share it with your friends if you would, so they can see what kind of cool people you hang out with, as well as like the page you're on. Also, if you're watching us on the Rising Tide Publications or the Geek Insider pages on YouTube, again, please smash that thumbs up button, as the kids say. Also, please subscribe to that channel. It helps us a lot. We're having another growth spurt right now, and we'd like you to be part of our spurt. And then Christian died. But anyway, please subscribe, like, and please share. And also tingle that little bell so you get notified of any future appearances we make. This episode is brought to you by PlasmaFireGraphics.com. When the look of your book matters to you, check in with Plasma Fire Graphics. You saw two of their trailers at the top of the show. They can do that for you. They can also do book covers and also promotional materials. They can help you a lot with your graphics look. So please check out PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Also, give their page on Facebook a like if you would, please. This episode is, as always, powered by GeekInsider.com with their amazing variety of fantastic geek shows. Something for everyone there. And also check out Wild One Forever with Meredith Loughran, starting out your weekday right. And anyway, thank you for being here. I see we got a whole bunch of people waiting in the queue already. A couple things. One, we did say we're going to have a package opening today, and we're going to take care of that as the hours unfold. Also, let's see. Tonight also is the Green Room with Uncle Carl and Aunt Donna on Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. If you want to get on that, contact someone who is a member there, like myself or Carl or Donna, Carly, Carlene. The things are: you must have a sense of humor, you must be kind to animals, and you must not be offendable. And we've weeded out some real winners when we get to that last part. But anyway, the Green Room is where we all kind of kick back and just kind of decompress from the damn week. Also tonight is the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 on YouTube with our own Nick Tockert, and hopefully you will watch that too. You could watch both of them. That would be incredible. But anyway, let's get to your comments as we unbox this thing. And we want to say hello first to Trevor Hawkins, who wins the race today at 8:27 a.m. He is the first person to make a comment on this show. Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay, hi, how are you? I am doing well, Jake. Hope you are having a great morning so far. Oh. Hold on here. See, this is why you should be getting this stuff from our merch shop. Look. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're here. That was the hand of love bringing coffee. Thank you, sweetheart. Well, you can keep it. Well, here, hold on. Just put it right there because I'm supposed to be doing something with this anyway. We're going to have an unboxing, honey. Yeah. See, if you owned one of these cups, you'd get coffee magically poured into it. So be sure to check out our merch shop. Thank you, honey. You're welcome. This offer not available in any of the 50 states or anywhere on the planet Earth, and your mileage may vary. Check your local lawyers for rates, and cookie and coffee pot and coffee not included. Anyway, we're doing great. We're feeling silly. We had a good morning so far. We're hoping that it spreads through the rest of the weekend. OMG. And speaking of this weekend, Sunday, I will be on with Randy Zimmerman on Sunday Funnies on IndieVolt.com. Please check it out. We talk about fun comic books. We talk about books from years past, and because Randy and I are up there in the years, and so we got a lot of good memories. We talk about stuff now that's worth your time and attention, and there's also going to be other people joining us, so please check out Sunday Funnies. It's coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on IndieVolt.com. And let's see, here we go. There we go. And Stacy and Jason said they have at next non-con, which will be September 24th through the 26th. We'll get the address back later, but anyway, they've got an area for our Gospel Jake. Also, I will be there. Amy Hale will be there. Molly Daniels will be there. Charles F. Millhouse will be there. And I believe Carl Witzman and Donna, Carly, Carlene will be there, hoping. But we're going to have fun, if nothing else. And let's see, here we go. And let's see. And it looks like Gospel Jake's moving up in the world. He found out something really awesome. People have been seeing his Bible Illusions with the Silk, and 3 people are wanting him in the summer for car shows. Very good, young man. Very good. And no, I've not seen the new Bible series called The Chosen on the History Channel because I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. That's why I get so damn much work done and I have time to broadcast. So anyway, and also if any of the Nevermorians are coming to NonCon 6, please stop by Jake's booth and he'll do some Gospel Illusions while giving up free prints. And if you come to my table, I will be doing a magic trick where I turn your money into books. It'll be great. And let's see. And gospel band, Chris Tomlin, he's way better than Danny Goki. Well, that's a value judgment there. And what are you going to be selling at NonCon this year? My heart, my soul, everything. No, we're going to have brand new books. We're going to have at least one audio book out. We've got all kinds of projects we are going to be pushing out in the first quarter of the 2021. Plus, we're going to be carrying copies probably of Pulp Reality #1, maybe Pulp Reality #2 by the time that happens. And don't forget to tip the host he's deserving. Thank you very much, Jake. You can do so at, let me get my banner here, at paypal.me/Rising Tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. We do accept tips. We have been using it to maintain some of our broadcast equipment and actually get some stuff that may help us in the future. So anyway, all tips are gratefully accepted. Thank you, Jake, for bringing in the gospel of we got to get this stuff on the air. And And Jake had breakfast. Good, Jake. Good. Everyone should have it. And Teresa Dunn, mwah, good to see you. Poetry Expressions 2 available on Amazon. Please get it now. And how the heck did I get here this early? Joe Dog, you never sleep. You are vigilant, sir, keeping watch over all of us. Also, don't forget, Joe Dog McKeel will be on Saturday night as part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, which I'm the one telling you guys to say it, and I'm the one that keeps blowing that. But anyway, check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We've got a great assemblage of shows, one of which is Armchair Rocket Scientist, which was a real sphincter clencher this last episode. What was it? The S9 or whatever, new Elon Musk rocket went up, and the number 8 had a moment where the Earth apparently was moving up faster than it was ready to account for, and it went boom. It was what was it called last night? An unplanned disassembly, unplanned forceful disassembly. But yesterday's was kind of a nail biter, because here's the idea is these ships, and it's for both. It's a 2-stage rocket, and both stages are supposed to land. Okay, just like in the 50 science fiction films, and the lower thruster was doing its thing, came in, and then did this, and had the little rockets guiding it and everything, and then came down. But the thing is, it was coming down like this. No, this is not a map of Michigan, Ted. But it came down, here's the landing pad, and it was coming down kind of at a 22.5-degree angle, and we're like, oh crap, we're going to, number 9 is going to wind up like number 8, and then just the flames are hitting the tarmac, and the smoke is rising, and you just see the top of the ship just barely, and then at the last second went like this and landed, 3-point landing, perfect landing, just yards from where it took off. And like I said last night on Stupid O'Clock, it took me an hour to unclench after watching that. That was so impressive. Good on you, NASA, and good on you, Elon Musk. So it was a very entertaining episode. So check it out. Also, tomorrow night, Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. rather Central. They'll have another Stupid O'Clock great after-hours conversation. Good morning to you, Carl Wisman. Glad to see you. And he's going to have a nap before the green room time. And Computer wants to reboot. Be right back. I hate when that happens. And everybody say hello. And Carl Wisman says, I don't know how Joe Dog stays up all night and then gets up so early. He's just like me. And Joe Dog doesn't know either, but it's not much fun. And 3 hours at a time, brother. I feel for you. And Carl Wisman says, I'm finding that I only need about 5 hours of sleep as I get older, but then every 4 days I need to sleep a ton. I'm the same way. I generally get about 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And I used to sleep like 12 hours a day when I was in the teens. And loved it. I thought, man, this is the way to go. I saw an old cartoon in a Jughead comic one time where he said, where somebody like Betty or Veronica tells him, Jughead, do you realize you waste 1/3 of your life sleeping? And Jughead said, no, do you realize you waste 2/3 of your life staying awake? And that's how I felt when I was a kid. Now it's like I hate going to sleep almost. I have so many things I'm enjoying doing that I hate to walk away from it, but I must. And Carleen, mwah, as always, darling, glad to see you here. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I'm like a good inning in baseball, 3 up, 3 down. Well, good for you. And Teresa Dunn's been up every hour on the hour. I have that too, but it's called full bladder. And snow plows are clearing the roads. Snowstorm happening, Teresa. This is the summer of snow. Go to BobbyNash.com. It's the only snow you need. All right, buy those great snow books. And we also need the Skunk Rocker here, dude. Great performance last night on Joe Dog shows. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Nevermorians. It's no good morning whatsoever to the coworker that threatened me this morning because he was having a bad day. Boo-hoo, get over it, jerk. Yeah, seriously. Just because he's having a bad day, why take it out on everybody else and drag them down? That's not what we're about here on the Rising Tide, Skunk. You know it, brother. And yeah, hostile workplace. Seriously. And tell them about it, Skunk. Seriously. Hey, good morning to Grant Lankard. Good to see you this morning, sir. And the Dark Ambassador has arrived. Yes, indeed, he has. And the Skunk Rocker said, I find it incredibly odd that people constantly tell me that I need to chill, but this dude can just pop off and threaten someone like, seriously? I don't threaten someone unless I'm serious. Yeah, and that was quite a story you told last night about the early part of your week. Dude, I'm glad you got straightened out. But yeah, I just don't understand just because person A's having a bad morning for whatever reason, that they gotta drag everyone else down. That's so selfish. That sucks. Oh, and then you got to do something pretty bad to get me to threaten you, like kick a puppy or something. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna let that jerk ruin my day. It's Friday, damn it. Let's have a good show. Let's do that, Skunk. You're a part of that, brother. And I see some love coming from the Skunk here. And anyway, check out Stupid O'Clock Thursdays at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 11. It's great show. And Skunk, we love you, brother. We'll give you the love that guy can't give you. Okay, we promise to make it up. And Carl said, I agree with this. Good attitude, Skunk Rocker. And Joe Dog McKeel says, oh, Skunk, I was supposed to remind you about something. I can't remember what it was though. I hate that. And Brian Wensloff, we found your video. We ran it the other morning after the show. You'll see it this morning. And good morning to you, Brian. I hope you and Nicole are looking forward to a good weekend. And this Saturday on Reels and Heels, starring Brian Wensloff and Nicole Jobin, we'll be joined by former MMA fighter turned comic book creator Nathan Quarry. We'll be talking about his MMA career, favorite movies, TV shows, Comic-Cons, and the Kickstarter for Zombie Cage Fighter. I love that title. Also, we'll be talking about the Amy Dumas, a.k.a. Lita, in WWE and what she said on a recent Twitch stream. Oh, that sounds promising. And join us at 2:15 Eastern Time. We might even give away a digital movie. And Ted Davies Artistry. Ted, good morning to you, brother. Good to see you. Ted Davies Artistry, along with Joe Dog McKeel, are hopefully proud parts of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And we have, I was noticing the other day, we have like 6 out of 7 days a week covered. And we want to announce we have signed up. The paperwork's non-existent, but we signed them up. We are also going to be adding Amy Hale to the list of broadcasters with our August group here. So on Mondays, it's Nevermind the Furthermore. And Tuesdays, oh man, it's a full day of us. At 12:05, Joe Dog McKeel has lunchtime at the Doghouse. So it's always a fun conversation. Tuesday nights, we have 8 p.m. We have Clever Tile Pending. Then Nevermind the Furthermore again on Wednesday. Oh, and also, I forgot, I didn't have my planner here. I just know it. Ted Davies Artistry has TED Talks 10 in the morning on Tuesdays. Then Wednesday, another Nevermind the Furthermore. Thursday at 12:05, lunchtime at the Doghouse. And Friday, ooh la la, another Nevermind the Furthermore. And then on Saturday night, it's until further notice, we're including Stupid O'Clock. Stupid O'Clock at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. And Amy Hale usually does her shows at Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. All times are Eastern because that's where I live, so there. Amy will be starting her brand new series of Creative as Hell programs. Great interview show with Amy Hale. And that's going to be the kickoff. Put it in your calendars, February 4th at 8 p.m. And I will be the first guest. I'm so flattered to be. Meanwhile, while I'm gabbing, I'm gonna start opening this box here. I told everybody I was going to do an unboxing. And, well, Brian, who sent you mail? Well, it wasn't a male that sent it. It was a female. And let's see, I want to do this right because I don't want to damage the contents. For you ASMR fans. There we go. It vibrates. Anyway, no, it's not that. And it's from Iowa. And who do we know in Iowa? Grant Lankard says, you guys should sign for my newsletter at monarchpublishing.net. I have a big announcement coming Monday. Very cool. And speaking of very cool, there's Jeffrey Hayes. Good to see you. Good morning to all. Let's make this a great Friday and an awesome weekend. Well, brother, you have helped make it that way, sir. And check out plasmafiregraphics.com and get Jeffrey Hayes to be putting his incredible creativity to your service. And Jerome Connor, good morning to you, brother. Jerome, put in links to that great show you do, all right, on the Hanging with Web Show Network, because it's awesome, and so is Jerome. Jerome, hope you're looking forward to a great weekend, my friend. And let's see, let's go. And Exengy Studios, Joe D. McPhee, good to see you. Good morning, Brian. Hope all is well. Slowly getting to the end of the penciling stages of Amazonia number 7. That's fantastic, man. Please check out Exengy Studios on Facebook and see some of his work in progress. Definitely need to keep an eye on that book. That's going to be awesome, dude. And Scott Crocker, 10:30 needs to hurry up and get here already. I'm hungry. Oh, well, don't wait for us, man. And as it is, you've got 9 minutes as I read that. And Joe Dog McKeel says, start today off on a positive note. Anwar Kaluva Tiana, meaning the sun shall shine upon your path. That's beautiful, dude. That is so beautiful. And good morning, Brian. Good morning, Mark Lerner. Good to see you, buddy. I finally finished your the thing you sent me, and I like it. I like it a lot. I need to give you an in-depth assessment of it, but we're opening our box here. But it was good stuff, Mark. Big improvement. And speaking of Mark Learned, we now move to, this is the clumsiest segue you'll ever see. Brian Rodman, BrianRodman.com. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. It's Friday. Let us rejoice as we wipe the crusty crud of the week from our collective arses. Let's jump in head first into the weekend and own it. Definitely, Brian. Love seeing that. Also, check out Memoirs of an Angel on BrianRodman.com. You will be amply rewarded. Oh, speaking of amply rewarded, I want to throw out a huge congratulations to our darling here, the one, the only Kara Nicole, who was a guest on a rather exciting episode of Clever Tile Pending last Tuesday, along with Lisa Malone. And I see that, she asked for $2,000 to fund Fire Bitch number 2. Because Fire Bitch number 1 wasn't quite enough. And she was asking for $2,000, got it funded in 2 minutes, and she is currently with about 12 hours to go, maybe less, $54,000. $54,415, and a large part of that came from you Nevermorians on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. So thank you very, very much. You really, you truly rock. I am so proud of you guys. And let's see here. Let me refresh this page here. I'm on Kara's page right now looking at it, and it's going to take a minute here because I'm on the older computer. So about 12 hours to go. And we'll come back to that. Anyway, Nick Tockard, Historical Fencing Guild, tonight at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Good morning, Nevermorians. The mighty Manatee Man has survived the Yeti incursion of 2021. Yeah, we were worried about you last night on Stupid O'Clock because the last thing we saw of Nick was like, as his screen froze. So glad you survived the Yeti and you live to hunt another day, sir. And remember, folks, we have got a box opening. We have got a box opening. Get excited, people, because I'm going to pop the top off of this real soon. Oh, I still have one side to cut. I still have one side that I did not score very well. So we're going to do that. Remember, cut away from you. Safety third. There we go. And I just got towards me. Don't do what I do, okay? And John B. Pike, the storyteller from YouTube, says, Happy WandaVision Day. Today is, I believe the show is finally dropping. The new WandaVision, the new sitcom starring the Scarlet Witch and the Vision. That ought to be fun. Anyway, John B. Pica, good to see you, sir. JohnPica.com. Check out all the stuff he does. And business makes everyone rush. Just saying, yeah, seriously. Well, we have a monthly networking meeting here in Lafayette, and it's free to attend. It's held at one of the local coffee shops that we just love. And we just basically talk about our business, how to prepare for what's coming in 2021, and just a lot of good stuff. And it's good to, we all have different businesses. I mean, just this morning, we covered a person that sells wines and is a professional sports referee here in the state of Indiana. And Cookie, of course, work in publishing. And I work in writing as well. Another one is a major real estate developer here in the Tippecanoe County, and we have someone who sells ad time on our local public broadcasting stations, and someone who does insurance. Different disciplines, and yet we all come together to help each other get a little bit of inspiration and some new ideas. So Jerome Connor said, whose idea was for a show at this ungodly hour? Yes, I'm ungodly. Jerome, we are glad your pagan backside is here, sir. Mostly it was my wife's. No, actually, the original time for the show, about 5-6 years ago now, was 11:30 in the morning. But due to inconvenience, the times have moved over the years. And in fact, now we are kind of looking at shifting time once again, maybe going to an earlier hour and being even more ungodly. Jerome, does that sound like fun or what? Are you in? Brian Wesloff says, WandaVision is awesome. So Bunkers, kudos to Marvel for pulling something like this off. Well, very cool. It does look fun. And speaking of fun, there's Philip Thompson. Philip, good morning to you, my friend. And Glenn B. Fleming, good morning to you, my friend. Oh, and it's Glenn B. Fleming's birthday. Please help him celebrate his 22nd birthday. He's legal now and everything. Anyway, Glenn, glad to see you. Glad glad we set that date. Glenn will be an upcoming guest on Clever Title Pending in February. And oh God, Green Room says Ted Davies Artistry. Yeah, so drink your coffee now because we're going to need the stronger stuff later tonight. Green Room, Ted. Check out TED Talks and also check out the latest Cigars with Ted and Carl. Really cool stuff. And Brian Wesloff, happy birthday, Glenn B. Fleming. And Carl Wisman, yep, Ted, I learned nothing last week, apparently. Good for you. And there we go, Jerome. Jerome Connor says this Saturday on Saturday Morning Cartoons on the Hanging with Web Show Network at 9 a.m. We cover birds and cartoons. Tune in and enjoy. Now, do you lay like seed down for the birds to like cover the cartoons with? I'm just confused. I'll have to tune in to watch. But anyway, we've got the lid has just opened. Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness. Okay. And Johnny Pike, a broadcast share to 3 Facebook profiles, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit. Thank you. Very cool, John. Thank you very much. We haven't really shared ours to Twitter yet. I need to move into there. Although that's a raging dumpster fire, and I'm terrified to see what kind of comments might come back from those idiots. But I thought about sharing this on LinkedIn. I really did until I read their terms of service and said this must reach certain levels of professionalism and expertise. And it's like, well, that's a good way to lose my it's a good way to lose my LinkedIn account there. Brian Rodman, but good for you, John. Very good for you. And thank you, sir. And working through the Lord of the Rings movies this week, says Brian Rodman. Started with The Hobbit on Monday through Wednesday. Now finishing up The Fellowship of the Ring today. These are my absolute favorite movies of all time. And if you too are a Tolkien nerd, you should check out the Nerd of the Rings YouTube channel and dive deep into the world of Middle Earth. Is this deep as in roll up the pants legs? It's too late to save the shoes sort of thing? Anyway, Brian, that sounds like fun. Sounds like a good way to spend your weekend. Grant Laker says, my wife watches a mortuary on YouTube called Caitlin Doherty. Have you watched her channel? Ask a Mortician. I love that channel. She is hilarious. Caitlin Doherty has a very practical view of what happens after we pass this mortal coil. What happens to the body left behind. She is a professional mortician, and she's funny in a very dark, humorous sort of way. And also she covers how death is handled in other cultures, other societies, and in the past. Really good stuff. And extended versions, okay. And Willow Schuyler, as always, thank you for promoting us. And more of my friends of amazing talent. Well, look in a mirror, young lady. You'll see the amazingness of it all. Willow's Schuyler has a wonderful show called Willow's Pillow Talk. And I really enjoyed the one with your local broadcasters the other day. That was a lot of fun. And anyway, let's see. This is on really nice stationery here. January. Hello, Brian. This dragon youngster looks a little familiar. Happy and see you online. And let's okay. Let's see if anyone wants to see this. Jake Chris Tomlin is pretty awesome. Oh, that's cool. And always, says Brian Robin. Nick Tockert says, can we get a book by Carol Cookie Morris about her adventures in dealing with you? I don't know that she writes science fiction. Actually, she hates writing. She really does. She had to do so many papers in school that she loathes the act of writing. She's an excellent editor. She loves reading and she loves editing, but she hates writing. And so, and yeah, you typed a lot of questions, Jake, but we ran through them, and I'd buy that one, says Glenn B. Fleming. And rapid unplanned disassemble. There we go. That's it. It was a rud. And Brian Robin, my reading list this year is full of Tolkien. My goal is to collect all the Tolkien books by J.R.R. and Christopher and work through them systematically. Yeah, I've read The Hobbit a couple times, and I think 3 or 4 times, and I've read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. Oh, probably about 3 times. I've read the Silmarillion or whatever. I've read that once, Really didn't get into that so much. And there we go. Joe Dog McKeel goes rapid unscheduled disassembly, AK run. There we go. And did you talk to Jason yet about registration forms? I believe he needs them. I'm not sure. I didn't have to because I'm so awesome. No, I just asked him. He said, yeah, you're in. So if he needs me to fill out stuff, I will do it. And back on the Sarah box says during the jumping accounts this AM, liking and sharing the show. John, I do appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your sharing. It means a lot to me. And of course, as always, promote your stuff on the Rising Tide page, please. All right, my friend. And I'm trying to talk my wife into giving back to school to be going back to school to be a mortuary person. Yeah. It's very rewarding, and I was in it for a year, former mortician's assistant and all, and my job was mostly to help people before they had the worst day in their life. That's how I approached the job, because I'd lost my mother about 4 years prior, and I knew going into the office with my family mortician that my decision-making capabilities were nil, and I was the only relative around who could do anything for my mother. My father, I haven't seen him, and at that point, I hadn't seen him in 25 years, or no, 15 years, excuse me. And I had no way to get a hold of one of my cousins. I'm estranged from the paternal side of my family, and I am, and my mother's brother lived on the West Coast, so it was all up to me. Fortunately, I had the greatest mortician in the world helping me and getting me through it. And I thought maybe I could do this for other people. Rising Tide before I knew it. So, yeah, no, it's good work to get into, Grant. It really is. And the conventions are hilarious. Seriously. And Douglas Deck, yes, I'd like to get that Mission Earth set again. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Douglas Deck, glad to see you. Put in a link to your amazing work, my friend. And Bill Sarn, happy Friday, Brian and Nevermorians. Someone dumped some white powdered stuff out here in Cornfield County last night. Insert corn coke joke here. We're not on the West Coast yet. I don't think we can do those jokes yet, Bill. But yeah, we've been seeing a few white flakes too. I think somebody standing on roofs got real bad dandruff. And yesterday was not Elon. That was Jeff Bezos. Amazon, every sale they get helps make another flight. So if you want to help us get back on the moon again, purchase my books. In fact, here's one you might want to check out.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
So remember, every copy of Volcana sold gets us that much closer to winning the space race all over again. That's my new motto now. Thank you for that, Joe Dog. I appreciate that. And Kyle Guthrie has an excellent message here that we need to know about. Join Glowcat and Skunk Rocker every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time for Scrubhouse Video Club Live. A discussion on schlocky cinema, from cheesy horror films to brainless action flicks, dumb kids movies to insane martial arts pictures. SVC loves it all. So easy to watch with 3 different platforms on Facebook, Twitch, and also YouTube. And don't forget, kids, it's rated WebMA for language and is considered not safe for work. That means when you play it back on Monday morning, make sure your speakers are up on full so everyone can hear it. And some assembly required. All right. Thank you, Skunk. Thank you for that. That's going to be great. Greetings from the prairie. Mark, hope everything's going well, my friend. And loved what you sent me. Seriously, great improvement. Really love the pacing of those battles in there. And Douglas Deck, I'm moving to Florida from Kentucky. Too busy to visit often. Oh, you're in the process of moving, Douglas? Oh, man. Well, good luck. I had to move twice in 2 years. I know the pain. So anyway, we're glad you're here, Douglas, as always. And Will Skylar, how's everyone doing today? Answer her, dang you. Answer her. We are doing excellent, and we still have the rest of our unveiling to go. And back of the cereal box, tomorrow at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Central Time, he will have a very special guest on the broadcast, comedy magician Michael Kent, plus cryptid news and discussion on the UFO declassified documents part of the stimulus bill. I find that fascinating, that UFO declassification stuff. That, and I read this week there is a site where you can download the whole thing. That is so cool. And there we go. Gospel Jake is learning the value of advertising. He found a girl that's interested in him. She saw him on Facebook and added on Facebook. She's a daycare worker, 25 years old, and lives 6 miles away from you. Well, good luck with that. Really looking forward to some good news there, and bring Cookie home. Thank you, Bill Sartin. Sartin Art 76, the artwork of Bill Sartin. And yes, farther from Iowa. That means you're moving the wrong direction, Douglas. Come to your senses, sir. And do you use Facebook ads for your books? Philip, I have, with varied success. I just recently ran another ad that I've yet to get. I need to get the demographics back to study what we're doing there. But we have ongoing ads on Amazon too. So we get our name out there, Phil. That's the name of the game. And Joe, I can't remember what it is either, says the Skunk Rocker. That's why you were supposed to remember. Oh, good point. And back in the cereal box, it says Saturday after the live show, we have a road trip to Replay Toys in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and the treasure hunt at Flealand. And you can get special custom-made fleas there, I think. Anyway, August group, or when are we going to do it till August? We're going to wait for me to open this up, I think. And Christian Basil, who will be my guest on this week's clever title pending. Looking forward to that. Arise, Morris Monster, arise, fly again over the valley of the cleve that bears the resemblance of a certain writer of words. There's a crunchy delicacy in the valley of this, the one. Oh, you're hung up on that thing that Kara posted the other day, aren't you? Oh, let's move down. And he continues. They call the cleve of the Michaela Jane. Oh, no, that was right. That was Michaela that posted the Dorito pic. I shall bring the salsa and guac. Endless fun to be had as the hills are alive with the pleasure of lactose, and set forth to the weekend. Definitely. And check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS at 6 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Great conversation dealing with all things Who. And back in the cereal box, you need a Saturday show. We've got a Saturday night show. We need a Sunday show. I don't want to do it. Anyway, Brian, don't answer Skunk's question about the Loop radio station in Chicago. He's setting you up for a prank. I wouldn't doubt it. Well, I didn't realize the Loop was still broadcasting up there. I'm still mourning WCFL not being around. Anyway, Brian Robbins says, Brian, whenever our shows collide, as they seem to be doing more often now, we should just call it the Rising Dingoes. And that's when Christian died. That's right. Christian frequently is a casualty of this show. We even went to the trouble to give him a proper burial here. Anyway, back to the folderol, and this is coming out. And Willow Schuyler, did you just wake up, bud? As Christian and morning shift. Okay. And the altar boy speaks, says Trevor Hawkins. Good to see you, Trevor. And oh no, Nevermorians. Brian isn't using his round safety scissors to open his box. Shut up, Christian Basil. Yeah, and I'm not running through the house with them either. And Willow's knows all about people popping. She's got an apron that. Never mind. Anyway, and the altar boy flaunts. Yeah. And speaking of opening the box and popping off the top, where's Michaela Jade? That's what the green room's for. And as Tara the catfishing gal says, cut towards your buddy, not your body. There we go. Safety third. And anyone catch the start of the Hybrids Killing Field arc? Luke Stone sure handles horror well. I haven't seen that, Nick. I'm going to have to check that out. Oh, by the way, Luke Stone is going to be a guest next month on Clever Title 2. Clever Title pending also. We have got some, we're just closing in on a couple more dates for February. Some people got to get back to us that we've offered it to. And if the month is filling up admirably. And I almost misread the catfishing. The catfish, catfisting. Oh, I misread it. Catfishing. See, I've got me conditioned now. It's not catfishing for me. It's catfisting. Don't ask. Anyway, Bill Sarton says, "Hey, boys and girls, the only place you need to be on Saturday morning is in the Everyday is Saturday Facebook group for the best in classic Saturday morning cartoons, commercials, PSA, Schoolhouse Rock, and other surprises. The fun starts at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Check it out on the artwork of let's see. Oh yes, the Everyday is Saturday Facebook group. That's different than the artwork of Bill Sarton. He's running 2 pages. And anyway, Brian Robin says, folks, the Dingo season 3 bursts into your lives the last week of January as we interview the fantastically talented JD Calderon. Yes, he is great. And talk about his story as a creator and also his ongoing series, The Oswald Chronicles. We will then follow it up with 3 movie reviews. Also, Chad Nuss has joined the Dastardly Dingoes podcast as a co-host. He will be live streaming a 24-hour premiere of the drawing show the last week of January. What an initiation, eh? Join the shenanigans at that address there. Join the Dastardly Dingoes, one of the most fun podcasts you could hope to see. And Brian Wensloff scored last night. No, not that Christian Basil. Shut up. He found Fear of the Walking Dead Season 5 Blu-ray for $11.99 regularly, $44.99 on Amazon.com. I felt that way too, Brian. Just before Christmas, Walmart had a sale on DVDs. And I picked up Bloodshot with Vin Diesel for $5. Great movie. Great movie, by the way. I loved it. I seriously loved it. Also, season 4 of Supergirl, and a 4-pack of the not Ghostbusters. It was the Ghostbusters. No, Men in Black. Excuse me, the Men in Black 4-pack. It was the original 3 with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, and then the 4th one with Chris Hemsworth. So I was happy, and Cookie got that for her birthday. So anyway, yeah, you keep your eyes open. There's some good sales out there, and happy birthday to Glenn from Trevor Hawkins. These artists, yes, and happy birthday, Glenn. And another artist speaks up there. Back in the Cereal Box, speaking of new ideas, I'm thinking of getting a band together and recording an album of cartoon and TV sitcom theme songs. I remember somebody did that back in the 80s or 90s? Like the Ramones did the Spider-Man cartoon show theme. That was awesome. I would love that. And Acme provided seeds. There we go. What could possibly go wrong, right, Jerome? Joe Dog McGill says, why do we grieve an artist's death we never met? We don't cry because we knew them. We cry because they helped us know ourselves. That's very profound. I like that. I like that. And Christian Basil is hoping the Dark Mistress is doing well. I'm sure I speak for everyone. We miss her. I talked to her just a couple nights ago. In fact, Christian, she is she's having some things that we need to keep sending some positive vibes to her. But she is still in good health, and things are going as they can. And Christian's going, what? Willow Schuyler, and who could blame him? She's mobbable. And when you get kicked out of LinkedIn, remember to yell, I've been kicked out of better joints than this. They love that, says Carl Witzman. And what? Willow, are you blushing? Goodness, I cannot believe that. And that was deep, Joe, says Carl Witzman. I agree. Grant Lankard says, what were your hardest artist deaths, Joe? For me, it was David Bowie, Roger Ebert, and Lou Reed. Mine were John Lennon, definitely David Bowie, Prince, and probably Jack Kirby. So anyway, Joe Dog and Kurt Swan. Joe Dog McHale, always remember that you are unique, just like everyone else. That's true. And good morning to the one, the only Bobby Nash. Bobby, good morning. Good to see you, sir, and more early too. I love that you come here because I think you're groovy. But you come in like last time, the end of the show, and we're like, oh, I wanted to say hello to Bobby a little more instead of trying to rush out of here. You came in time for the package unveiling. We're going to show our package to all of you, and hopefully Willow and everyone's going, what? What's this? Anyway, BobbyNash.com. Check out his amazing works. Also, check out AbrahamSnow.com because he's working with some really cool people on some extra Abraham Snow stories. And if you love it, that's the only kind of snow we love on this place. And Will Schuyler wants to know, what's in the box? Well, it's this thing I'm holding in my hand. And Aubrey Greenberg, mwah. Darling, hope you're doing well. Much love to you and your mom and your family. Hope you're doing well, Aubrey. It's good to see you here. And I recognize the handiworks of Nick Tockard. You, sir, are an unboxing tease. Yes, indeed. He's teasing us, Willow. Yes, I am. Oh, and new art is up at DeviantArt/Nick T for Nick Tockard. He's awesome. And Bowie, Lennon, Kulwicki, Allison, and Aaron Earnhardt. Yeah, I could see that. And if he teases us anymore, we're going to get blue balls, says Willow Schuyler. Well, if I can help you with your blue balls, Willow, you just let me know. And, okay, I will do this. You guys have suffered enough, all right? Really, I shouldn't be teasing you guys this long with what I've got in my hand that I pulled from my package. Willow and Christian, are you listening? And so it would be terrible if I did anything to delay the unveiling of this box. By the way, we want to thank PlasmaFireGraphics.com for being a sponsor of this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, check them out. They have very affordable rates for all your graphic needs. And yes, I will stop teasing you folks, all right? Hey, Cookie. All right. It's only fair Cookies needs to see this. As I told you earlier, folks, we received a package from West Des Moines, Iowa. And we all know who the pride of Des Moines, Iowa is. The one, the only, Cindy Kep. Now, what's that look for?
Because it looks like something I'm going to regret you have.
Well, we can only hope.
Okay, I don't regret it.
Isn't that adorable?
It is adorable.
That is so fantastic. What?
Your pig angel has wings.
I'm getting me a little tail, folks. Anyway.
So am I.
But anyway, this is from Cindy Kep. See, it's got little dragon wings on it. It's even got my beautiful hairline, and of course the mutton chops. You can't really the contrast. There we go. We got some good contrast there. You see the mutton chops there, the big blue eyes, just like me, and of course the fez. Gotta have the fez and the rainbow bow tie, because when I go out on shows, I wear a rainbow bow tie. This is just my show tie. So anyway, thank you, Cindy Kep. Oh wait, here we go. We gotta get this. Oh, this. Let's see. Hold on here. No thanks. There we go. And all right, there we go. Cindy Kep, thank you so much. This is wonderful. This is fantastic. Oh, Cindy, you're so talented. And at CKOEPP.com, if you love what you see here, please go to CKOEPP and please sign up for her newsletter, and go to Amazon and check out her books if you would, please. I love this. Thank you so much, Cindy Kep. And if any of you people want to send me something that you know I will love, and hi, Christian. Hi, Christian. Anyway, you think I'll love them, please send it to me. PM me and I'll give you my address. Thank you so much, Cindy Kep. Mwah. Back at you. You've got a kiss to send back to Cindy. Okay. Anyway, Ryan Westlaw says, Brian K. Morris. Hey, that's me. I got a really cool Funko Pop this week. GameStop exclusive Vision 70s. Excuse me, from the WandaVision line. He's getting hard to come by and already selling third party for $25. He retails for $11.99. I don't get into the second hand party stuff, but no, it sounds cool. The thing is, I really limit my Funko Pop buying. I recently picked up Missy on sale. If I can get it cheap, I'll get it. But I got Missy recently. Oh, what else did I get? I haven't bought one in a long time, even before that. But now I have a knitted dragon. Y'all will be jealous. And anyway, and there we go. Instead of mini B. That's me, Christian Basil. That's it. There we go. Oh my God. We just got so many So many comments. I'm so far behind, and I'm sorry for that. Let me put this down, and we will catch up as soon as possible. All right. And there we go. But anyway, good for you, Brian Wensloff. Good for you. And back of the cereal box says, if I do the album, I'm going to package it on the back of a cereal box type package. Yes, I do remember those with a t-shirt and other swag. That's brilliant, John. That seriously is brilliant. Maybe put a copy of your book in there. Yeah, I agree with Carl. That's cool. And Joe Dog McHale says, my 30-year-old daughter is going into mortuary work. I keep telling her to go for it. Rarely will customers complain, and they are dying for the service. Seriously, and only the most, yeah, and really, it's a good way to gain a lot of respect in the community because she'll be the last person to ever let you down. It's great. Brian Rodman says, folks, I am having an absolute blast working on issue 7 of Memoirs of an Angel. Be on the lookout next month as we launch the Kickstarter campaign for this next installment. It's about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race through time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Join the adventure and follow the updates at brianrodman.com and patreon.com/Brian Rodman. Yes, please support Brian Rodman. And many of the people you see in the comments, including myself, have Patreon accounts. Please consider regular subscription. Even $1 is so very helpful. And Ryan Permisson, Ryan, good morning to you, another Saturday morning broadcaster. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Almost done reading Pulp Reality #1. It just gets better and better. Halfway through watching Star Trek First Contact. It's really good. Battle of the Nerds live tonight at 8 p.m. on Nerd Culture Facebook page. Don't miss it. Please check out and subscribe to that Facebook page. All right, it's good stuff. Ryan, glad to see you here, my friend. Hope you're going to have a good weekend set up for you. And Fueling the Future with Knowledge of the Past by The Simple Sword, available through Amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tockert. That's Nick Tockert. Yeah, seriously, it's a great, if you're interested in killing each other with bladed weapons, and who isn't, you need to check out that book. Also, if you're a writer, it's a great reference. It really is. Nick put a lot of love into that book. Also, check him out on YouTube tonight, the Historical Fencing Guild. At 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. And also check and watch it and Ryan's show and be in the green room all at the same time. It can be done. And you got to figure the funeral business is going to be rising. Baby boomers are what, like 70, 75 years old now? I'm at the tail end of it, and I'm turning 65 in a couple of months. So I think I'm like, I want to say it's like, I think Cookie's a baby boomer too. She was born in 63. Yes, there's a 7-year difference in age between us, but I make up for it by being immature. And I also have a Rising Tide Publications cup. And if you don't, you can get one at my merch shop. Please check it out. The Facebook, it's above the picture, and if it's on YouTube, it's below the picture. Please check it out. We appreciate your support. Oh, good peppermint coffee. Anyway, but yeah, there, and the population is growing all the time. Now, one thing I like about Caden Doherty is that she talks about green funerals, and I personally, my mother wanted to be cremated. I want to be cremated, but now I'm looking at green funerals, and I'm really digging the idea of those. Basically, returning to the earth. That's great. And hope she knocks him dead at pursuing that goal, Joe, says Trevor Hawkins. That's the one thing. You can make jokes about this all day, and you know who you're going to hear the most jokes from? Funeral people. And don't forget to like this video, says Carl Witzman on YouTube there. Now, we've got some people that have liked and loved this show on Facebook, and we do appreciate it. Thank you for the like from Glenn B. Fleming, James Ian Mayer. Ian, it's so good to see you, man. And good luck with the new premiere of your newest film. Bobby Nash, Chris Huffman. Mwah, I love you, Chris. And I love you too, Marty Hale. Mwah, but in a different way. Ted Davies, Bill Sarn, Karen Nicole. Mwah, darling, congratulations on your incredible Kickstarter campaign. And let's put this up here, folks. She's got like about 12 hours to go. Do I still have it here? Okay, yes, my friend Karen Nicole, who was on Clever Tile Pending this very Tuesday with her manager Lisa Malone. Two fantastic ladies, a lot of great information. But anyway, her brand new comic, Fire Bitch #2, is being in the last hours of their incredibly successful Kickstarter campaign. Everyone likes to back a winner. Put some money down on this. She's got a variety of great covers you can choose from. Also great perks. I opted for issues 1 and 2. And my wife must love Kara too, because Cookie didn't kill me when I did it. Like I said the other night, she thinks I'm funding Kickstarter all by myself, and some months it seems like it. But anyway, check out Fire Bitch #2. It is, and it's got a little tease to it, but it's a PG-13 book, and Kara is an incredible talent, and I love her, and she's going to be coming on to Clever. Not just, I want to have her back on Clever Tile Pending, that's a given, but she's going to come and co-host Nevermind the Furthermore one of these mornings when her schedule frees up. So I'm looking forward to that as well. We're going to keep that up for a little bit. But anyway, yes, wherever you're at, please, if you're enjoying this video or have enjoyed any part of it, please give this a like, whether it's a thumbs up on YouTube or it's a reaction on Facebook. Also, if you, whatever page you're on, please subscribe to the page you're watching it on. All right. And because that helps the producer of these extravaganzas quite a bit. And like I said, probably this coming week, we will unveil a brand new page that we're working on Facebook. And it's for the Rising Tide publication, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. I've got to get used to saying it. I've been telling everyone involved, we need to promote this. We need to promote this. And I'm the worst one at it. Anyway, I own it. But anyway, Brian Robin says, also keep your eyes peeled for our spring Kickstarter campaign for my brand new mini series, The Nebulizer. I'm excited about this. This sounds like so much fun. About a chronic asthmatic and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. Oh my God, that's brilliant. It's Bubble Boy meets Mad Max. Sign up for our newsletter at brianrodman.com to get the inside scoop. That's right, folks. It's good stuff. It really is. And thank you for the reminder, Dark Pope. I had forgotten. Well, good on you. Thank you, Dark Pope, for reminding. Yeah, since we don't have the Dark Mistress here, we have got to we got to keep those thumbs up on these shows. Now, actually, they do help us in our searchability. And we'd like to thank everyone, by the way, who has subscribed to the Rising Tide Publications Network on YouTube. It means a lot to us. And we will be putting on new content soon. I've got some ideas for some shows. Haven't sat down with some of the people I've been talking to already, but I want to add a couple comic book shows to the mix. One's historical, and one is going to be a conversation show, kind of like Clever Title Pending, but we're going to talk comics. And we've got our crew together for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you'll tune in. And you use Amazon ads and Instagram ads. I haven't checked out Instagram ads yet, Philip Thompson, but I do use Amazon ads, and they are pretty effective. I think you get the most bang for the buck as far as books go. It may be different for comics, but I would, just try everything, Philip. That's the best thing to do, whatever you can afford. And here we go. Nick Tockard, Brian Robbins next, said, better that you are here, Willow Skylar. You are my second favorite thing to come out of Canada after the Red Green show, as I had that first. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Donald Sutherland and Bare Naked Ladies. I love Bare Naked Ladies. I like the musical group too, but no, I'm BNL, big fans of BNL since Gordon. If anyone else is a BNL fan, they'll get this reference. I've been a fan since Gordon. Okay, we heard it at a shop in Danville, Illinois. Carl and Donna will know this one. Chart Records, right? Back when they were on Gilbert Street. Now they're on North Vermilion. And Cookie and I were in there looking at some music, and we were standing on like opposite ends of this one row, and they were playing If I Had $1 Million, which, if you haven't heard, is a brilliant song where Stephen Page and Ed Robertson, Ed starts out with If I Had $1 Million, Stephen then If I Had $1 Million, and not to get into the copyright claim thing here, but it would be like, it's called a call and answer kind of song. He would say, well, if I had $1 million, Ed would say, well, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a fur coat. And Stephen Page would say, well, not a real fur coat. That's cruel. Or we wouldn't have to eat craft dinners. Well, actually, we would eat craft dinners because we like them. We just get more of them. And I'd buy you a green dress, and not a real green dress. That's cruel. And it's a funny song. It's great. And we're Cookie and I are looking at each other. And we're like, are you listening to that? We're doing the sign language thing. Are you listening to this? And they're like, yeah. And we're just keep watching each other. And then they come to the end of it where it builds up to a crescendo. where it's like, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd be rich. And we heard that, and both of us bolted. I mean, we literally ran across the sales floor, and we're like, who is that? Who are you playing? And we bought, I think at the time they had like 2 albums out, their first 2 albums, and really enjoyed them. Really, still a fan. Anyway, but we love Canada and all the Canadians. Anyway, and especially Willow Schuyler, who is it makes me happy, really, that she is the information mistress for the Hanging with Web Show network, and she never fails to take time to not just talk me up, but also Ted and the other Nevermorians. And I want to publicly say we really appreciate you, Willie. We really do. You are awesome. And she's a great broadcaster herself. Check out her interviews, especially a couple nights ago. She had one with local podcasters from the Manitoba area. And before that, she had Kara Nicole and Lisa Malone. And I had quite the effort trying to match her show because it was so awesome. So please, after you check out Clever Title Pending, of course, check out Willow's talk with Kara and Lisa. It was fantastic. You did a great job, Willow. And Carl Westman says, what I'm here for now, if I could only remember what Joe Dog was supposed to remind Skunk Rocker about. Yeah, same here. I can't remember it either. What the heck? And Brian Robin says, my cat is sharpening her claws while watching you carefully. All I'm saying is watch your back. She can be ruthless. She has no Ruth in her life. No one named Ruth? What is this? I have some baby Ruths in the fridge, though, so I'm well armed against your cat. For some reason, his cat hates me. Hey, cat. Ha! This planet is defended. We have an attack dragon here, and it's wonderful. Oh, and we've got quite the menagerie now. So, and if that wasn't enough, there's my screen capture right there. Anyway, check out this. I love it. Oh, Cindy Kip, you are so wonderful. I love you. I love my little dragon. And Carl Witzman says, that's what I'm here for. Okay, yeah. And the Eric Hawkins, good morning to you, sir. Glad to talk to you yesterday. Always a pleasure, sir. Anyway, check out Eric Hawkins stuff. And you'll see him frequently on Drawn and Quarter. Great art show. And of course, Eric is the best artist on there, bar none. But no, he's a wonderful talent. Check out his the Zombieful World of Oz. Great material. And do you have groups for Facebook? The only group I have 2 groups that I'm actively working on, Philip. One is the Rising Tide Publications page where you can watch this show. And the other one that will be formally releasing next week will be for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I'm really excited about that. I am really glad to be working with some great people who believe in promoting other people and bringing and helping each other rise. So that's our goal. That's our goal. John B. Pike, the storyteller from YouTube, says, back in the day, I played Captain Von Trapp in Summerstock, and our Maria was amply endowed, so we sang "The Hills Are Alive" in that dress you're wearing. Oh, I know what you mean. That's why I used to love community theater. We'd get naughty. Anyway, James Ian Mayer, you rock, Brian. I hope you're doing well. Ian, you rock harder, brother. Moonlight Films available on. You've got a brand new store. Put in a link to that that store. I'm so proud of you, Ian. I really am. Ian is the director and chief writer and main set of hands at Moonlight Films. Check out Moonlight Films. I mean this in the most loving of ways. They make some great horror films, some B horror films, and I love B horror films, so that's a compliment as far as I'm concerned. And you can't tell that there's very little budget. They're high quality, really well made, and fantastic direction. Seriously, Ian's a great director. He listens to his actors, or he just recognizes that I can't be directed. I'm totally undirectable. But anyway, no, check them out, especially, all of them. Actually, Legend of Demoniac has a great opening. And about an hour into, uh, other movies. No, actually, no, I'm not going to plug my movies. Check all of them out. Go to YouTube, Moonlight Films. Check them out. And remember, folks, you watch those films, Ian will get paid. Trust me, he gets paid at the end of the day. But you can also own them. Ian, please put in a link to your sales store, okay? And Joe Dog McKeel says, I never run with scissors. Those last two words there were unnecessary. Yeah, same here. I'm like Louis last night. If I'm running, chances are either there's something large behind me, or the ice cream truck didn't see me waving at him. And Jerome Connor says, enough of this fun-filled silliness. Let's deal with a more important topic. When are you going to schedule a show to get together to talk about old guy stuff and stuff fun? Hey, do you stay up late at night? We can do a clever title pending, Jerome. Send me a PM. Let's start the conversation, man. And Grant Lankard says, I was able to book a couple podcasts and YouTube appearances in February to promote Beowulf. I'll keep you guys updated. Excellent, Grant. Excellent. And cool. I agree with Carl on this. And Walgreens says, back in Stereo Box, has pops on clearance. I picked up the Superior Octopus pop for $3.25. Wow. I'm mostly looking at King Features characters. I've got the Phantom. I love it. Masters of the Universe, Doctor Who, and Superman. Although Batman 66 ranks high too. I think I'd like those two. But yeah, I see people that have like everything. Not me. I don't have the room for it for the most part. But yeah, I've come to love Funko Pops, and Cookie has one. It's a Cookie Monster Funko Pop, and it's really cool. But thank you for that. Thank you very much. I may have to go out this afternoon. I appreciate the information, John. And johnpica.com, you'll appreciate the information there too. And I like the Bloodshot movie too, says Grant Lankard. It's a shame it came out right as COVID was hitting. Yeah, seriously. I think that'd have been a huge hit. Unfortunately, like it was released in March or April of 2020, when the theaters were being shut down. It's criminal. Because it was a good film. The special effects were top notch, and the story fit within the comic. It really captured the spirit of the Bloodshot comic. And Vin Diesel put in a superb performance. A lot of what it was. And that's what it was. No, it's not a prank. I'm being serious as Skunk Rocker. I know you, Skunk. You are a man of much seriousness. Seriously. Anyway, Brian Robin, if you enjoy the shenanigans here, tip your host at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and overwhelm him with the green. He'll even send you a provocative video of himself. Or wait, was I not supposed to talk about that? No, it was just to you, Brian. Anyway, Patreon is a great way to have really close contact with your favorite creators. And many here, like Cindy Cap, for instance, Amy Hale, Brian Rodman, John Pica with the League of Impossibilists, and Kara Nicole has one. A lot of great support you can give to some of your favorite creators. And like I said, even $1 a month really helps a lot. For instance, and thank you for setting me up for this, Brian. With mine, $1 a month will get you a mention in everything we do. $5 a month will get you a peek at our ongoing first draft flash novel, which we will. I've got to put up another part soon. I may put up some extra parts. I'm pretty far ahead on that project. And for $10 a month, you can get downloadable PDFs of our books. Which we got to put some more of that up too. But anyway, Patreon's a great way to have really close contact with your favorite creators. So please, like I said, we had a card at the start of the show where we have Patreon subscribers, and we love them dearly, and we thank each and every one of you for supporting our show on an ongoing basis, and we try to make it worth your while. So, Rick Bradley, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you. And Skunk Rocker says, last night, you were already gone, and we were talking about novelty songs and novelty radio shows. Someone brought up Rick Dees having a novelty radio show. Well, yeah, he had a radio show, I believe I want to say KTLA, when he made Disco Duck, the classic Disco Duck song. If you haven't heard it, go to YouTube. I'm sure someone's posted it by now. But yeah, I sorry, Cookie came home about that time we started talking about the novelty songs. I used to listen to Dr. Demento every dang week. Love that show. And I've got quite a bit, I've still got the 45 of Benny Bell's shaving cream. That'll give you an idea. And I've also got Alan Sherman's autobiography. Hello Mutta, Hello Fada. I've also got a couple of his albums. Great stuff. And speaking of theater, says John B. Pica, the storyteller from YouTube, Netflix produced a film version of the Broadway musical The Prom, and you must watch it. There's a very inspiring song about why we need artists and entertainers. Oh, I will have to check that out, John. Thank you very much. There's another one, John, and I know they've got a soundtrack album out, but it's called Title of Show. I love the music. I've not seen the play or read the book yet, but it's basically a show about two guys putting on a show about two guys writing a show. And the music is wonderful and it's funny as hell. But the closing song in it is I would rather be 8 people's number one favorite performer than 100 people's 8th favorite performer. Great, beautiful song, and it really rings home with me. Scott Crocker says, I brought that up, and me and my dad used to listen to Dr. Demento on 1100 AM, The Loop in Chicago, and how they always said the name of the radio station. Oh, okay, very cool, very cool. I remember The Loop. I remember listening to a little of it. I was a little further downstate and couldn't pick it up all the time, but no, I was usually back in the 60s and the 70s, I was a WLS and WCFL, the Voice of Labor, guy. And then I got into WGN later on and also WMAQ. And then overnight with no warning, it shifted from like contemporary pop and oldies to country and western. And I just like, oh my God, I'm listening to this for about 15 minutes. I'm like, wait a minute, what's all this country doing on here? And didn't enjoy that. And there was one around 540. I think it's still around on the dial. I don't remember what it was, but they had a couple WLS jocks had migrated there after they left the big 89. And I liked a lot of Chicago radio. Also, WMAQ, or not WMAQ, but it was a news station around 810. And Bill Sartin probably remembers all this stuff better than I do. I haven't thought about it in years. But yeah, I used, up till about 5 years ago, I listened to WLS. It turned into a talk radio station in the early 90s, or late 80s, excuse me. And it was pretty interesting until about 5 years ago. And then they got rid of a lot of the DJs with some personality. Although I know that oh God, I'm blanking on his name. I can see his face. He was the morning guy about a year ago. Mancal Moeller, that was it. He was great. I loved Mancal, but a lot of the talk radio stuff on there, I'm like, you guys are one step away from Art Bell. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, I used to love Chicago radio, man. That's so cool. Those memories are good ones, Skunk. Thank you. Joe Dog says, 3 out of 4 voices in my head want to go to sleep. The 4th one wants to know if penguins have knees. And guess which one you're going to be listening to, right? And the Skunk Rocker says, I remember it distinctly. You are listening to the loop, 1100 AM. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in ages. Jerome Connor says, enough film. Okay, yes, we are going to do a show together, Jerome. We've got to send me a PM, Jerome. And let's get started talking about that. I'll have you on mine, or you have me on yours, whatever, or we'll have it on each other. Shut up, Christian. And Scott Crocker says, anyway, I was just wondering if you remember that station. Apparently you do. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, we were in a part of downstate where, you've passed through the area. So like I was living in Georgetown with about, at the time, probably about 2,800 people, maybe, or, around 3,000. And we saw Danville with about, at the time, 38,000, and thought, now that, that's the next step up. And then Danville, from there it was Champaign, and then Champaign was Chicago. And I used to love going to Chicago, especially when my parents would drive. There's a part of me you don't want to see when I get onto Chicago highways. I'm Mr. Road Rage. I admit it. And I'll take the back streets before I even, drive a quarter of a mile on any of the interstates. Route 30 is a real handy way to get around town. Although you have to go to Chicago Heights, and that looks like something out of Judge Dredd. But no, it's no, I love Chicago. And that was kind of a cultural mecca for us downstate. It might have been different a little further down, but and I moved out to the East Coast for a year, and was constantly homesick. I really was. I didn't really fit in out there. And the thing is, after I'd been there a year, it had changed me to the point where I didn't fit in. Well, I never really fit in Georgetown, but I fit in even less when I came back home. But at night when I lived out east, I would wait for sundown because the Chicago stations all were 50,000 watts of power. And so at night, and like WCFL, WMAQ, and WLS, you could hear across the entire North American continent. And so I was picking up those stations at night and listening to them. And I couldn't hear like the morning jocks anymore. But I would sit there and just, that was my connection back to Illinois. So, yeah. And Trevor Hawkins is trying. Thank you, Skunk. Great memories, my friend. I do appreciate it. And Trevor Hawkins is trying to get Joe Dog to go to sleep by saying, yes, penguins have knees. Go forth and see if you can get some drinks or dinner out of that one. And Scott Cracker says, and I also have a burger now, so I'm happy. Well, this is good. This is good, man. And so, Trevor Hawkins, you can rest now. Visit Trevor Hawkins for more life-altering facts. And Dr. Demento, that was the best. Yeah, I remember D102 used to broadcast Dr. Demento, and plus one of the FM stations out of Terre Haute, which they played it on Saturday. Then I'd listen to D102 on Sunday for the rerun. Jerome Connor, yes, that needs to happen, says Brian Wentzoff. Yes. Well, Brian, I think you may have seen it, but Jerome and I and Ryan and I were introduced, and we have kind of a bromance thing going now, and it's so cute. Yes, Trevor, it is. And a big game gargoyle. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. It's a dragon, you is. You mighty dragon. And what Cindy made. Oh, yeah. It's got a tail. Anyway, a Cindy Cap original epic. Isn't it though, John? Oh, man, everyone should be so blessed. Oh, Cindy Cap, I love you. CKOEPP.com. If you have not signed up for her newsletter, please do so. And please buy one of her books on Amazon. She is great. She is a terrific writer. Very imaginative, and you will love it. And oh, my goodness, Cindy Cap, that dragon. It's not a pig. It's a dragon. Is amazing, folks. Shower her with love at CKOEPP.com and buy her amazing works. Amen, brother. You gotta. She is awesome. She really is. And we just had another comment dump here. And StreamYard is working on it. And instead of mini me, mini B. That's right, Christian. There we go. And Grant Lankert, that is truly awesome, Cindy, if you're watching. I hope so, Cindy. Mwah. I love this, and I love you, Cindy. You're fantastic. It's really adorable. Now to ask Cindy if she takes commissions. I think she does, and she should. And I knew what you were saying, Willow. And is that Yoshi? I don't know. I'm not up on the Asian terms for this. I have to stop and think about the difference between anime and manga myself some days. And you're so far behind. That's what she said. That's right. Bill Thompson, how did you turn followers into customers? You just keep asking for the sale, just like Zig Ziglar said, Philip. You just, say, hey, I've got books out there. Please buy one. And if you're looking for Paisley shirts, I found some on Amazon for $45. There you go. And Brian Rodman says, here soon, I will be releasing a couple promo videos for Kickstarter and general ads created by Jeremy Woodring. Jeremy is one of the most talented producers I've ever seen. Head on over to jeremywoodring.com and see what he can do for you and your project. I've got to hire him for some stuff. And Carl Westman says, it's all I can handle to be in the green room. Of course, I've had a bit to drink before I start. That's why you have Green Room Ted, to manage things. And I miss being a baby boomer by 20 days, says Joe Dog McKeel. Wow. Well, we will adopt you, and you can be an honorary boomer too. And Eric Hawkins can insult you every time you have to ask him about something you want to watch too. Okay, cool. And you dig the green funeral pun? Yeah. I dig deep. Skunk Rocker says, don't worry, Joe. If it makes you feel any better, you're still old. Thank you, Skunk Rocker. Making Joe Dog feel better about himself. And Phil Thompson says, question, you think my art is awesome enough for Threadless? I think so. Philip, the thing to do is basically work up your product, and if you think it is worthy to carry your images, then go forth and promote that, and maybe start another line of income. Now, the thing is, it will be slow. But it builds up if you keep at it. And Non-Connor's opening for the Ghost Hunt. Keith and Jason said the tickets are going fast. They did last year. They sold out quickly. And that's cool, says G Studios. Isn't this though? I mean, I'm so fortunate. I even got the best friends. And careful there, you young whippersnapper, and get off my lawn, says Joe Dog McKeel. That's the thing about those boomers. They're vicious. And Molly Day says, good news. Good morning, Molly. Glad to see you. I'm halfway through my next project, a collection of stories written by my dad and some of my early ones. Tentative title, McIntyre's Musings, Where I Got It, or A Daughter's Homage to Her Dad. Too long still lie. Still working on it. Yeah, I think you're on the search for one of two really good subtitles there. But yeah, oh, that sounds like fun, Molly. Glad to see you here. And sign me up for the historic comics. Yeah. Check it out. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on Sunday Funnies with myself and Randy Zimmerman, who's been a veteran of the independent comic scene since the 80s. Exegy Studio says, screen cap for promo. There we go. And Will Schuyler says, well, folks, I'll be around to chat all day, but I must take off to give myself some me time with my therapist. You have a great day, Willow. Mwah, as always, hon, I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much. Thank you for all you do for the entire creative broadcasting community. You rock. You totally rock. And hopefully I'll see you tonight in the green room. You have a great day, Willow. Be thinking about you. And some of your favorite podcasts, including The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, are up for Best Podcasts. Check out the link and click on your favorite podcast, but mostly The Traveling TARDIS. Last time I looked, I think, weren't you in the lead? Now, I've not really entered that contest. I get my kudos every 3 times a week from you guys. I'm good. So anyway, please check out that show. There are also other really worthy shows like TED Talks and such on there. Please give them your support. All right, and have a good one, Willow. Have a couple good ones, Willow. Anyway, Molly Daniels, welcome to the old apartment. I love BNL. Yes, and I found some videos. There is a wonderful a cappella group called the Persuasions. I saw them on an old Spike Lee special on PBS. Spike does it a cappella with Debbie Allen and Rockapella and the Persuasions and a bunch of, and Ladysmith Black Mambazo. If you've heard Graceland by Paul Simon, they did a lot of background vocals on that. But anyway, Persuasions. Oh, we heard their BNL were their backing band, and they were singing This Old Apartment. Oh my God. And the harmony with the Persuasions is so sharp you could shave with it. It really is amazing. Brilliant on YouTube. Molly, if you can't find it, let me know. I'll send you a link sometime. And BNL is fantastic. Brian, they are. I got to see them one time in a concert in Tinley Park, Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago. And I don't remember who their first opening act was. It was a very talented young lady. I'd probably find her name if I looked for it. But the second opening act were the Persuaders. So we got to hear 500 Miles live. It was great. And Ed Robertson came out to sing with them at one point, and they came out later in BNL's show. But it was the full 5-man thing. Stephen Page was still with them. And I had the time of my life. I laughed so hard all night long. This music was amazing. And Scott Crocker says, I really wish I had a therapist because I don't just have issues. I got a whole back catalog and I own the printing press. I tell people I've got more issues than Time Magazine. Molly Daniel says, I have a rather cool BIL from Canada. Oh, do you now? Oh, and Molly Daniel says, and a niece and a nephew. The nephew is just accepted into university in Halifax. Well, good for him. I'm glad. Oh, BIL. Okay, I get that now. Christian Basil, if I had $1 million, I could pay for the copyright strike. There we go. We'll be taking collection later. My ex-girlfriend is a magician. While walking down the street, poof, she turns into a liquor store, says Gospel Shake. I do the same thing a lot. And Randy Zimmerman, who I will see this Sunday morning, on Sunday Funnies. We already ran a spot for you, Randy. And I've already set my alarm, too. That shows I'm serious. Hey there, Brian and Nevermorians. I'm really looking forward to you being on Sunday Funnies this Saturday. Or Sunday, rather. Why do I keep saying Saturday? What's my problem? Randy, help me. Oh, okay. The healing power of Kofefi courses through me. It's Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. And listening this morning while working on some print files. See you Sunday. I'm looking forward to it, Andy. Randy. Oh, God. I am so brain bruised this morning. I'm excited, Randy. Look what someone made for me. Isn't that beautiful? See, it's got a fez and a tassel and everything. And blue eyes just like me. It doesn't have glasses, but It's got so much awesome on it, I'm willing to overlook that. And it's got a little cutie tail. It's got a cutie tail. Yes, you do. But anyway, Randy Zimmerman and I and some other great guests will be on Sunday Funnies this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Please check it out on indievolt.com and all your favorite radio stations and TV stations. We're everywhere. And Scott Crocker, hey, Joe, and I know that somebody named Ruth. All right. And BNL are fantastic live. They really are. They are amazing, and nobody can rap like Ed Robertson. And did anyone see that guy in the corner over there? That's right, only I can see him. Never mind, says Joe Dog McKeel, and never mind the furthermore. Joe, you need more sleep, says Carl Witzman, or an Irish coffee. Skunk Rockers, we do health food here just like that. Irish coffee is the perfect food because it has the 4 main food groups. Let's not screw it up, Brian. Caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and fat. All right. Tune into this channel for more health advice. And Jeremy Woodring, Brian Rodman, thanks, bro. Hey, you are talented. JeremyWoodring.com. Brother, you are amazing. I love you, man. And look for me in the Sunshine State Book Festival online, says Douglas Deck. Definitely. Well, good luck with that, Douglas. Seriously. And there she is. Morning all, the queen of the Dorito holder. Michaela J. Mwah. Hope you're having a great Friday morning. Glad to see you here. And Amy Hale. Mwah. Good morning all from her. Good morning to you, Amy. Hope you're having a great morning. Amy's live broadcasting will start with Creative as Hail, on Monday, February 4th. And her first guest will be Brian K. Morris, who will probably be bringing his Cindy Kept Dragon with him. CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for that page right now and get her amazing newsletter. Anyway, look what I got. I got a dragon. I'm so happy. Anyway, Carlene says, I have Bloodshot sitting in front of me from Netflix. Go and watch it this afternoon. It's a good film. It really is. He does a fantastic. There's a lot of great acting in that. A lot, not just Vin Diesel, but it's fantastic. And Morning Amy from Molly and from Brian Rodman and Bloodshot watched it on your recommendation, and it was pretty good. Huge mind screw regarding his missions. Yes, that's the one thing I love about the book. For those of you who don't know, it's based on a Valiant Comics character, and the premise is that there is a company that kind of like subcontracts to the government. The military part of the government called Project Rising Spirit, and they have created a nanite-powered soldier that is codenamed Bloodshot. How they motivate him? They have erased his memories, and every time he has a mission, they replace it with a fake memory that basically motivates him to accomplish the mission. And one day he wakes up and realizes that he doesn't know who he is or which of his memories are real, if any of them are. And he goes on a rebellious rampage. Fantastic special effects. I really enjoyed it. He doesn't know, is he Angelo Mortelli? Is he this other guy? He doesn't even know what the guy used to do. And I have to admit, that's one of the reasons my first book publication was with Bloodshot under the Kindle the Kindle program for that. I really wish that book was back on sale. Hey, Douglas Deck, where in Florida are you moving to? Ask Brian Wensloff. He's getting the ladder ready. And now Mr. Morris's neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We've got our stuffed animals with us. And Guy Pearce was a great character. He was fantastic. He turned in a terrific performance. And the chief I'm blanking on the name right now, but the brunette, she was great, and so was the lady that played Bloodshot's wife or girlfriend. That was fantastic. I just really enjoyed that movie, and I do hope that the video sales are good enough that they'll maybe warrant making some sort of sequel. I really hope so. And Michaela Jade, morning from Christian Basil and Cleavage Arise. It ain't her cleavage that's arising, I suspect, right now. And then Christian died. Gospel of Jake says, I found out something really interesting. In Egypt, they found the Egyptian bodies that drowned from when the Red Sea split when Moses was there. They found chariots and tons of other stuff under it. I'd heard that too. So it's kind of sort of verifiable. And Christian is being mocked with Michaela's laughter, but he likes that sort of thing. In fact, he'll pay you $20 an hour to do that sort of thing. Anyway, back in the cereal box, but another movie that came out about the same time as Bloodshot was Love and Monsters. I watched them both last weekend. Love and Monsters was great in my top 3 of 2020. I remember you had some good things to say about that, John. JohnPica.com. That's cool. I'm so far behind in my movie watching, but I'm so far behind in my writing too. Anyway, I found that there's evidence from the plagues. There are also, yeah, Jake, there are numerous touchstones in history to biblical events that we are discovering all the time. And Michaela Jane, I made a backslide. Plot didn't work with Warrior's Worth, but now we are back on track, still on for March of 2021. And Michaela, I'm going to help you get that going. And Hood 1707, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Appreciate your being here. And please ring that bell so you'll be notified of other future broadcasts on here. And Brian Robbins says, I think my favorite musical is either the remake of The Producers, that was awesome, or the original production of Into the Woods. Both of them just have amazing music and excellent stories in their own genre. What's your favorite musical? Oh, wow. That's a great question. I love La Cage aux Folles. There is some amazing music. It is one of the funniest scripts I've ever written, and I've been in it. I really enjoyed it. It was a great production. Danville Light Opera, Danville, Illinois. Oh, my favorite musical though. Wow. Jekyll and Hyde by the newest version of Jekyll and Hyde by Stephen Sondheim is awesome. Beautiful music and some good action in it. I don't know. I've got to think if I've really got a favorite. One I'm not in. I think The Producers may be close to it. Producers is amazing. I've seen it a couple times live, and I've really enjoyed it. No! I know what it is. Avenue Q. Avenue Q is my favorite. It's like a grown-up Sesame Street. I've seen that a couple of times, and I've seen it like on a local stage with a minimal budget, and I saw the touring company many years ago, and it is hilarious. If you like to see puppets having sex, that's your that's your play. Puppets having sex. Yeah, you bet. Anyway, moving on. What's your favorite play, people? What's your favorite musical, I should say? And Brian Wesloff, my favorite radio DJs out there are Ryan Seacrest, The Morning Mashup, and Spider Harrison. I don't know that I have any. That's a problem, I think, Brian. Is terrestrial radio and satellite radio. There are so few real personalities anymore. I mean, I grew up with some like Larry, these names may mean nothing to you, but I think Skunk may know some of them. But like Larry Lujak, Super Jock, Tommy Edwards, Dick Biondi, who's last time I heard was still alive and broadcasting. Dick Biondi is a legend in broadcasting. And even back in the day, and I'm not talking about so much the talk jocks or the ones that evolved into talk jocks, but like Fred Winston, Don Wade and Roma, classic Chicago broadcasters like that. So anyway, some of your, that's the problem. Getting back to this real fast, and we'll talk to Michaela. Is that there are so few examples. We have a station here that comes out of Jefferson High School, and the morning jocks that are on there are, I can't listen to them. They are, they're competent, I should say, and I should give them some slack. They're in their teens, but they have no examples to follow of live. I was really disappointed listening to it, and some of them were actually so poor that I stopped listening to the broadcast entirely. I just tune it off for 2 hours. We have some good satellite ones, but nobody that I would go out of my way to listen to, which is kind of a shame. Because Jay says, how's everyone else doing on their projects? Mine's moving forward. I'm working on a story for Pulp Reality #2, Stormgate Press. It's a team up of Charles F. Millhouse's Captain Hawkland and my own Doc Saga. And we have just gotten to the part where the Panther is being transported back to German lines in World War I. So anyway, and oh God, Man Cow. Yes, Man Cow. I love Mad Cow's Madhouse. I love it. I was listening in the morning when he was on WLS mid-morning before Rush Limbaugh, and he actually had himself waterboarded. That was good radio. That was super radio. And Carl, be expecting the manuscripts next week. Excellent. And I love smooth jazz. WNUA 95.5 out of Chicago. Oh, wow. Yeah, I caught that a few times. They also had some really good news channels there, too. I like that. And Keisha Acuff, hey, how are you? Mwah, glad to see you from Facebook there. Hope you are well. Promote yourself, please, Keisha. Tell everybody what you got going. Please tell them how to get it, all right? Appreciate you being here. This is such a pleasant surprise. I have a knitted dragon, and I have Keisha. This is a great morning. And Grace is, and Cindy kept happy Friday. Yay, the dragon arrived, and I love it. Cindy, thank you so much. This is so sweet of you. You are totally the best. And Carl Westman, if you all excuse me, the Dark Pope needs a nap right now. All right. And bless you all and see you tonight. We'll see you at the Green Room, Carl, at 8 p.m. tonight on Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. But Cindy, thank you so much. And Cookie loves it, and so do I. We're going to get some screenshots. We're going to use this for promos, and we're just going to hug this little thing because we love it so much, and we love you, and I'd hug you too if you were here. But anyway, Brian Robin says, I've really been exploring the jazz genre lately. I've always loved jazz, but just wanted to broaden my horizons. I've been listening to Kamasi Washington lately. My goodness, it is so good. And if you like the score to Cowboy Bebop, if you don't know what that is, go now and watch it. I agree. That's great. That's great stuff. Then you will love his music. Yeah, I've been getting into some smooth jazz lately as background music. That's been really relaxing. And I found a little bit of jazz that I'm appreciating, but it's fun to go back in history and see how many rock musicians are influenced by jazz. Like Ringo Starr and Keith Moon were both inspired by Gene Krupa, and a lot of jazz performers, and also, the drummer for the Police was also inspired by a lot of jazz. So it's kind of fun to listen to. I really dig a lot of it. And Cindy Kep says you get some fun stuff on Smashwords with me. Thank you, Cindy Kep. CKOEPP.com. Please, 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 if you adore this little dragon as much as I do, and I don't know how you could, but you might. But anyway, please go to CKOEPP.com and please sign up for Cindy's newsletter, all right? And yeah, Brian, Yoshi is the little dinosaur from Super Mario. Your Morris dragon kind of looks like him. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I knew I kind of thought it was a video game, but thank you for the reminder, Skunk. I appreciate that. Oh, okay, he's got eyelids and little eyebrows and everything. Oh, and he's got the little mutton chops there. He is so adorable. Yes, you is, isn't you? Yes, you is. You know it. And even more fun stuff on Amazon, where you can also find Cindy Kep's work. Please check out Animal Eye. Loving the pictures from the graphic novel. And speaking of pops, there is a Bozo Pop coming out soon. Oh, Eric. Oh, now that I would get. I grew up on Bozo's Circus out of Chicago. WGN, great show. And Confetti. Oh, let's just finish this off right today. Anyway, but no, yeah, I'd be interested in. Eric, you have ways of getting things. I may have to send you some money and a shopping list. There was a Superman that came out around Thanksgiving that was in Target. Oh, and we've talked about that. I'd be interested in that. I would pay a little bit more for it. But we've got a store here up in Lafayette. I keep trying to get you up to this area, Eric. And we've got a store that sells they've got I'd say probably at least a good third of it is Funko Pop stuff. You might enjoy it. Joe Dog, says Nick Talker, they will allow you in the Boomer Council, but not elevate you to the title of Master. That's true. We do have standards here, but they're low, fortunately. Michaela Jade, I can't go to non-con, but I might have convinced a friend to go. Well, cool. If they're awesome like you, not as awesome as you, because that's pretty high bar to scale. But if you vouch for them, we will love them, and they can come out with us. And anyway, wrote the music for the Bible series, the Hans Zimmer. Oh, Hans Zimmer, he's awesome. I love his music. He is great. And City Cat, before you tune into the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, go here and get a cool book or two at Amazon with Nicholas Tockert, and also check out Amanda Tockert. She's crazy talented too. And speaking of pops, this back of the cereal box, I'm not a collector, but I do have the Phantom, Rocketeer, and Green Hornet pops. Yeah, Green Hornet and Rocketeer would be on my list too. I already have the Phantom. That's beautiful. And I do like a lot of the Doctor Who's. I don't need every variant of Dalek, however, but I do have a couple of them. I believe I have one of the 13s. I know there's more than one, and I think the other one I have is the War Doctor. So I got them. I had an opportunity to get them, and so I did. And Cindy Cap says tomorrow morning, check out the back of the cereal box at 8 a.m. Central. You have been commanded by Cindy Cap, so do it. And 2021 says John B. Pica, the storyteller from YouTube. My goal is to travel to visit friends. I'm COVID-free and immune, so who wants me to come visit them? Start filling up John Pica's agenda here. Hopefully, John, we'll see you at NonCon again, if nothing else. And Cindy Cap, go watch the Asher Dingoes and Nerd Culture for more pop culture fun. Those are fun broadcasts. You will seriously love them. And Joe Dog McKeel, you need to get the Persuasions U2 cover album. Oh, wow. I love the Persuasions. They have a beautiful sound. They really do. I will have to look for that. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. And the Skunk Rocker says, did you mean the Proclaimers? Thank you. Or is that like I misunderstood something? No, I misunderstood in my brain. No, the Proclaimers. Thank you, Skunk Rocker. Yeah, I saw the Proclaimers performing with Bare Naked Ladies up in Chicago. That was cool. And the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is the source for all things Doctor Who. And while I get a little sip of coffee here, 50,000 subscribers on Facebook alone. Check it out and become part of the legend.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Definitely check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central every Tuesday night. Lots of good stuff. And the man himself, Christian Basil, will be on a couple hours later on Clever Tile Pending this coming Tuesday. And be sure to tune in and ask him how did he build up his fan base? How did he get involved with Doctor Who? And have him talk about, being affiliated with the Hanging with Web show and with Wizard World. How did he get all that? And maybe you can grow up to be Christian Basil too. And thank you to everyone who has been also, we want to congratulate again Kara Nicole for her amazing campaign for Fire Bitch number 2. You can get Fire Bitch number 1 and number 2 with a variety of variant covers on Kickstarter, and there is the address. Kara was on last Tuesday's Clever Tile Pending with Lisa Malone, her manager, and they both were amazing, and you're going to see both of them back. In fact, we have given them an invitation. They're going to join us for one of these morning shows sometimes. I don't always bend my format, if you know what I mean. But if they talk me into it, I can do it. And anyway, no, Kara's an old friend. She's an amazing lady. And thank you to all the Nevermorians who helped push this really close to 55 grand. Let's see. I think we're doing better than this. I'm refreshing the page for Kickstarter with 11 hours to go. Oh, she's changed the video. I've got to watch it when this is over. And she's at $54,951. Do you realize if somebody right now pledged $50 to the campaign, that Carol would be at 55,000? Let's see if we can't set some records for that gal. All right, and let her know you did it, okay? Because I need all the kudos I can get. But anyway, let's see. Anyway, let's get back to your comments. And BIL, brother-in-law Brian, get with the text speak. No, I refuse to. I am a guardian of the language, Molly, as are you. We don't do this contraction thing. OMG. We don't do that at all. Seriously. But anyway, no, I got it once I read it. No, it's not well, up here, actually, it was this. I was, I wear no line bifocals, and sometimes I don't have my eyes on the sweet spot to read the screen adequately. I think I need one of those, like a 72-inch screen on the opposite wall. And I have my laptop down, camera right in the middle of it, and I'll just, look, and maybe I'll be able to see the dang thing. But anyway, thank you, Molly. John B. Pike, the storyteller from YouTube, says, Lady Smith back Black Mambazo is awesome. Graceland is one of the best records ever recorded. I can't fault you there. I'd have to agree. That was a superb performance. And Lady Smith on their own are amazing. Plus, people have heard them in commercials and such. When it won the Grammy for Best Record, my high school friends were mystified. I smiled because I knew it was epic. Well, that's the thing. A lot of my friends didn't understand my music either. When I was in high school, we all got to list our favorite song, and everyone was like doing top 40 romance stuff. And I put Dirty Love by Frank Zappa. From One Size Fits All. And I had somebody about a year later, I was at the local grocery store, and I hadn't seen this person since graduation. They're driving by, and they yell, "Hey, Brian, hey, I finally heard that music you recommended." And I was like, yeah. So, but now, then Slade, and I was one of the few Led Zeppelin fans in high school, and oh dear. But anyway, and it is that time. Don't die, feed Cookie. Well, I'm only a little bit behind now. Walmart has fake crochet figurines from horror movies. They look like crochet, but are molded to look like that. Yeah, I've seen some of those, Eric Hawkins. They're kind of cute. I just don't need a whole lot more to collect. Unless it really appeals to my fandom. And I did resist Funko Pops for a long time, obviously. It wasn't until Cookie broke it, my about that sort of thing. So anyway, BKM asked Brian Wensloff, what are your thoughts on banned gender lists that passed in Congress? I hadn't heard anything about that. I've been following the thing about, censorship and the big media groups. And I know that Parler and Amazon are having this out right now in the courts, and I've been following that case. I don't think either side is going to win in the long run, to be honest. I think Amazon, in my opinion, Amazon may have to take them back, but enough damage has been done to Parler that who knows? Who knows? Or as we Dr. fans say, who knows? Anyway, and don't forget to tip your host. Thank you, Cindy Kep. Remember, folks, that we have a Patreon, as does Cindy Kep, as does Impossibilist, John B. Pica, as does Brian Rodman, as does Amy Hale, as do many creators on here. Eric Hawkins has one. And anyway, it's a great way to support your favorite creators on a monthly basis, an affordable one too. And for mine, even just $1 a month. I forgot to mention, $1 a month will also let you see my secret blogs every now and then. I write some stuff for the general public, but every now and then I put something in that only my supporters will see. We talk about you. So if you want to see what we're saying about you, please check out the Patreon, Brian K. Morris. And thank you very much in advance. And Irish coffee. Oh, Brian Rahman, we got to get you to this place. We've got a place that makes incredible Irish coffee. They don't scrimp on the good stuff, i.e. the alcohol. And Christian Basil says, I swear. Okay, anyway, moving on. No, I swear if I ever get a therapist, the therapist would need their own therapist. For all the therapy, they would need to be my therapist. Well, actually, this is the truth, that therapists actually have to, part of their professional thing is they have to have their own therapist, because they hear all the crap we give them, and then they have to go vent to somebody else, and then they have to have their own therapist. So it's kind of like in law, the only people that really win are the lawyers. So wait, Joe Dog, you can see me, says John B. Pica. Oh my God, John, what are you doing that you need to be concerned with that? And have a blessed day, my friend. Much love to you and Cookie. Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay, the very same to you, brother. Hope your dad's still feeling much better. Glad he's still with us. And you have an excellent weekend, my friend. You got that? Hashtag bring Cookie home. That's my goal, Cindy. That is so my goal, more than ever. So, Eric, is that true? Asks the Skunk Rocker. Do they have a Freddy? I collect Freddy stuff. The Nightmare films are like my favorites. I think they do. I'd be astonished if they did. And Dorito Holder? Wait, what? Yeah, John B. Pica, you got to be fast about these things. You got to be stalking Michaela like the rest of us. John, check out the Secret Humor group. Yeah. And the thing is, she has just one Dorito, but she's got room in there for popcorn too. Brian Robin says, Brian, you should get some Velcro and make Cindy's dragon a part of your usual garb. He could sit on your shoulder like a parrot. I would love that. I could have like two of them. I could, like have this one here and then my other stuffed me, knitted me up there. I'm actually, the thing is, I'm looking at maybe we're going to take some of the tip money and we are probably going to find a way to upgrade the visual quality. We ran the green screen for a while. It takes a lot of resources is the problem with the green screen. But I would like to redo my background to where it is this along with some other stuff I want to put up there and maybe use it for my advertisers and stuff. Hey, we're thinking just like we usually have the QR code in the corner. If you aim your phone at that, if you're not, which means you need a real computer, people. Don't be relying on your phones. You get hit by traffic one day, but from following them too much. But anyway, no, we have a QR code up in the corner, so it takes you directly to our Amazon author page, and you can check out what we do. So anyway, yeah, I really want to do something to show this stuff off, and I've got some good stuff here that and you can't see all the artwork I've got. I want to find a way to showcase that, but I think I'm going to have to do that with a green screen, and for that, I think I need to upgrade the computer. Memory and processing. So it's a process. Amy here. Oh, I ain't going there, Joe Dog McKeel. I am not going there. I have risked my life enough. It's a wonder she let me live after I bought her the Baby Shark mac and cheese, which is, she won't admit it's probably the best mac and cheese on the market. Anyway, Skullcracker says, I don't know why, but the description of Bloodshot totally reminded me of a comic I read when I was a kid. I only had one issue of it. It was called Checkmate, and it was about an assassin, I think. There was a Checkmate comic from DC Comics about a branch of the DC espionage environment, which has since been taken, kind of eliminated about a year ago by Brian Michael Bendis. But Checkmate was, they had like a white team and a black team, and each one had like a pawn, a king, a queen, a bishop, etc. And I think one of them was a Wetworks guy on the black side. But yeah, no, that was a good book too, written by created by a friend of mine, Paul Kupperberg and John Byrne, who I've met long ago. Yeah, that was a good book. I really like that so much. That's good memories, Skunk. You're bringing up some good memories for me this morning. And I should look that comic up and see if I can find it again. I mean, I was able to find Elf Lord for my sister again, so that's pretty cool. I remember Elf Lord, Barry Blair. That was good stuff. That was interesting work. But yeah, I think you can find trade. Paperbacks now of the old Checkmate work. Go on Comixology or Amazon. You should be able to find it. Nick Tockard says, oh, did you hear there are some more Riddick movies in the works? Loves me some Vin Diesel. Me too. I had heard that. And I love the Riddick stuff that's come out so far. I like that character a lot. And I have to admit that when they announced that Vin Diesel was playing Bloodshot, I'm like, yeah. And Vin Diesel is the geek's geek. I mean, he loves comic books like Nick Cage. In fact, Nick Cage, here's a trivia. Nicolas Cage is not his real name. Cage is a stage name. His real name is Coppola. He is related to Francis Ford Coppola and Sofia Coppola, the famous filmmakers. But Nick, when he went into acting, he was a comic fan, so he took his name from a comic called Hero for Hire, or later renamed Power Man. And if you've heard of Luke Cage, that's who he named his last name on for his stage name. So yeah, I stand me some more Riddick any day of the week. I love those movies. And Patreon is a great place, says Cindy Kep, to connect with your favorite artistic sorts, including Brian K. Morris, Bobby Nash, yes, definitely Bobby Nash, also BobbyNash.com, Brian Rodman, S.L. Rowland, Stephen Landry, Frozen Creek Studios, the Historical Fencing Guild, the League of Impossibles, and lots of other Nevermorians. Definitely check out Patreon. It is if you're aiming to support your favorite creators, then it's a target-rich environment. I've signed up for several people, and several people signed up for me. We're grateful for that, and please check it out. It's a great way to support your favorite creators. Skunkrocker says, I taste vary from time to time, but I believe my favorite musical right now is Shock Treatment. Oh yeah, That's got some great music in it. That's a good choice there. Also, just want to point out that speech to text is an amazing technological marvel for somebody who would like to communicate while driving, but it's still very, very stupid. Yes, it is. Yes, and you kind of get weird looks from people that don't understand what you're doing. If you're like, also want to point out that speech to text is an amazing technological marvel for somebody who would like to communicate while driving, but it's still very stupid, period. You start talking your exclamation, excuse me, or your punctuation, and everybody's like, what? But anyway, but at least it does make driving a little safer. Amy Hale's favorite musical to date is The Greatest Showman. Fantastic music and acting. I haven't seen that all. I've seen snippets, but it's got Hugh Jackman. It's got to be good. Brian says, John B. Pica, the storyteller, Into the Woods is one of my top 5. Favorite is Les Mis, Wicked, and Cats are tied for it. Chicago is number 3. Very cool. Yeah, Les Mis has some incredible music in it. Wonderful music. The movie was pretty good, too. And I've seen a stage production. I liked it. Cookie hates it. Her whole point is, why do I want to see I want to see some fun on stage. Why am I going to watch a show that's basically called The Miserable? That's real life, so I get it. Wicked and Cats both have great music in them. In Chicago, OMG, that is a fun play. I do love musicals. I really do. Oh, and I like being in them too, even though I don't sing very well. And Cindy Kep is out of break. Oh, ugh. Freelance Words Part 2 hits the Patreon page tonight. Sign up at patreon.com/CKOEPP. Also sign up at CKOEPP.com for her amazing newsletter, which should be going out in another week or two. So check it out. Check out Cindy Kep. And Cindy, mwah, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me something wonderful to unbox here. And I'm going to keep this by the broadcast center here so I can draw comfort from it. Thank you, Cindy Kep. That was so sweet of you. You are totally the best. And Avenue Q is naughty, Brian. John, I noticed. But anyway, no. And it's funny because my sister-in-law pointed this thing out to me, and the first thing she sent me was the internet is for porn. That song. And it's hilarious. It is a wonderful, wonderful song about how when you boil it down, that's what the internet is for. It's for pornography, not dino porn, by all means. But no, it's a funny, very clever play and a wonderful parody of Sesame Street and the Electric Company. But there's just so much great stuff to unpack from that show. And I swear, if I could, I would play Trekkie Monster in a heartbeat. I really would. Also meet the Free Bills if you want to watch puppets having sex. Well, Christian Basil, are you writing this down? I think every copy of that film from now on should have the words from Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson. Well, if it hasn't already, Skunk Rocker, it's passing up an opportunity, let me tell you. Yeah, I was telling Cookie this morning, the Owl and the Pussycat, for some reason we got to talking about we saw, this is brilliant. You know that the vinyl that you can put on buses, you can see outside, but you can't see in. And someone made theirs to look like it was completely encased in bricks. It was brilliant. And it was for a company, and they point out that it's like the company's called Green Door or something. And Cookie and I started talking about the movie Behind the Green Door, which if most of you haven't seen it, good for you. It's an adult film with the late Marilyn Chambers and actually football professional Ben Davidson, who actually went on to a film career. He was in the first Conan the Barbarian movie. But anyway, had a bit role in that. But anyway, I remember Marilyn Chambers, her main notoriety was at the time she was discovered doing pornography. She had landed a modeling gig. She was actually the lady on the front of the Ivory Snow soap box holding the little baby. And so she became known as the Ivory Snow Girl. And obviously she lost the gig after that was discovered. But we got to talking about that, and she also did some bit roles in some films, including The Owl and the Pussycat with Barbara Streisand. And I remember later on they re-released that movie to theaters, but they were playing up Barbara Streisand along with a special guest appearance by Marilyn Chambers, adult movie star. It's like they spent more time talking about Marilyn Chambers than they did Barbara Streisand. And David Hasselhoff's performance as Jekyll and Hyde actually surprised the crap out of me, says Brian Rodman. I thought he did a fantastic job. Oh, Avenue Q, a very funny song about the internet in that show. Oh yeah. And yeah, Jekyll and Hyde is wonderful. I've also seen snippets with Skid Row's Sebastian Bach. He's terrific. But the best one, I've seen a little bit of Hasselhoff. He is good. He's fantastic. He's really underrated as a singer. He's a fantastic vocalist. If you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know he can sing, but he can rap. But what else? I also saw Paul Stanley of Kiss do. He was in a Canadian production of that for I think about 6 months. He's incredible. He is fantastic. I think Paul Stanley's an amazing vocalist and a highly underrated rhythm guitarist. But yeah, there's been some good people doing that role. I was Proops, the QC Proops, and it was funny because I didn't go out for it because I didn't consider myself an actor, and I got kind of several people connived to get me into that show, and that launched my stint as a stage actor. But the director of the show, a dear friend of mine, Gene Dunn, came up to me while it was being put together and said, "You'd be perfect as Proops." And my first thought was, what is it? I sit next to Wayne Brady and introduce the hoedown? What the hell? And then she told me, and then she said, well, Gene wasn't the director. She was my Lady Beaconsfield. That's it. And we had a scene together. It was so wonderful working with her. Not the first time either. Wouldn't be the last, or actually it wasn't the last time she and I worked together, and I still love her and her family. But anyway, that was an interesting production from Danville Light Opera. But I fell in love with the music, but they told me I had to go in and tell the director in person. That she said, "I'm going to tell her you're doing it. You have to go in person and tell her you're not." And unfortunately, like Gene, the director, is also a force of nature. So I walk in. The minute I get in there, the producer is shoving papers in my hand, telling me I have to fill them out. I'm like, "No, I'm not here for that." And then suddenly the director introduces me as, quote, her personal ass saver, and half the people knew me there, and they're like, "Yeah, we got Brian." And I was like, well, I guess I'm stuck. But I lip synced because I did not have confidence in my voice. I could do it now. It's like, but at first it's like, no, I'm not. You're not going to hear one sound out of me. But yeah. That Jekyll and Hyde is a beautiful, beautiful show. John B. Pike of the Storyteller says, in the original film Moulin Rouge, not thrilled with the Broadway version. They used different, newer music for Broadway. And also there's two versions of Beauty and the Beast. That's another great play and musical. The stage version. There's a kid's version that uses just the music from the film, but then there's an adult version that uses extra music, and the extra music is wonderful. It really is. And Jerome Connor, message sent, FYI, I am Hood 1707. Oh, cool. You're the one. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you for subscribing, brother. I appreciate that. I really do. And another comment dump there. We're going to catch up to you soon. I promise, people. We're going to get through this. Michaela Jade said, Paul Harvey, and that's the rest of the story. That's right. And Moulin Rouge is so good, says Brian Wentzloff. Brian, by the way, Brian, we managed to we got our computer back and we downloaded your video. We'll run it at the after the closing credits. And a way underrated musical is Lil Abner. Yeah, there we go. And who didn't watch the movie version with Julie Newmar as Stupefying Jones? Oh, yeah, baby. And favorite musical is Paint Your Wagon. I like the play. I hate the movie, though. Nick Taggart, I have to admit that Lee Marvin... Anyway, musical play Phantom Phantom of the Opera is great music there too. Theater, complete works of William Shakespeare abridged. The Importance of Being Earnest. Very cool. Yeah, I found I was going through my boxes of stuff I haven't unpacked yet from my move from Illinois, and I found a book, and it's huge. It looks like one of those treasury editions that you can get for comics now. It's like about 11 by 17, and it reprints the original folios of Shakespeare. Oh, that's awesome. Anyway, Michaela Jade, Keisha Acuff is a fantastic artist. Well, we're glad to have her here, as we are Ted Davies Artistry. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe. Thank you, Brian, for all you do, brother. Brother, thank you. And remember, Ted Davies is a part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check out his amazing shows, TED Talks, 10 a.m. on Tuesday mornings. Also, every other Thursday at 10, the Amazing Cigar Show with Carl Witzman and Ted Davies. Also, Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook, Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube, and TedDaviesArtistry.com. Check it out. He's an amazing talent. We'll see you tonight in the Green Room. Green Room, Ted. Brian Wetzloff, has anyone watched The History of Swear Words on Netflix yet? It's really good, and you should actually learn a lot. I want to see it. I'm sure it's going to come out on DVD. Because it sounds like, unfortunately, it sounds like my kind of show. Douglas Steck says, just discovered I'll be living 20 miles from the Traveling TARDIS event in Florida. Very cool. Look up Christian Basil and sign me up. Oh, yeah. And Nick Tucker says, a Bozo Pop? Can we get a Wizzo Doodle Doody Doo? I want one of, what is it, Cookie, and one of the Magician, which actually Marshall Brodeen was the Magician. He used to sell a magic kit back in the 70s. Joe McKeel, I had to come to Facebook to post this. This was my region super jock, Luther Massengill. He worked at the same station for 70 plus years. Only announcer to break the news of Pearl Harbor and 9/11. Wow, I have heard that name, Joe. Yeah. Wow, that's quite an accomplishment. Yeah, and there are some broadcasters, you see some in TV like Anchorman or something, that, you know, they're there for decades. There was one from Buffalo, New York, that he participated in the two redos of the 1938 Panic broadcasts, and he had been there like for freaking ever. You know, I think they built the station around his chair. Oh, here we go. Gospel Illusionist Jake says, before I go, if anyone is willing to donate frozen pop vinyls, my mailbox is empty. The plea has gone out. Fill his mailbox. And okay, Boomer, says Christian Basil, and whatever you say, Boomer. Oh, yeah. Get the hell off my Mastodon littered lawn. Anyway, check out poppriceguide.com to see what Funkos are worth. Again, I don't care what they're worth. If I can get them cheap, that's the way I work. And Brian, I will be at NonCon in Imaginarium, Indiana, Con Superman Celebration, and HoloCon. Excellent. John B. Pica, we are going to see each other, brother, because I am supposed to be at HoloCon. Joe Dog McKeel says, and Skunk said I am. And I will, of course, be at NonCon. And Imaginarium, I'm already signed up for that. Indiana Comic-Con, I don't know. I don't really have much comic stuff at this point in time, but I might if they invited me as a guest. And Michaela Jade, Warriors Cleavage, asks Christian Basil. And Brian Rodman says, when it comes to generational confusion, I was born in 86 and had a very Gen X older sister who taught me how to be cool, and it worked. So even though I'm technically an elder millennial, I relate more to the Gen X generation. I think this generation's hate that's out there is silly. It's not when you were born that defines your character. It's the people you surround yourself with and the decisions you make. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Very cool. And let's see, here we go. And yay, everyone would be excited to see you again at HoloCon. John says the Skunk Rocker. That'll be great. Love running into you this year then, brother. And Christian, maybe I will do that and put out some novellas just for my special fans, says Michaela Jade. Ooh la la. Rick Bradley's Kickstarter's being contrary to me and not letting me pledge. Try refreshing the page, or Rick, try using a different browser. I use Chrome, Google Chrome, and it loves Google Chrome. I'm just saying, it licks it like a clean spine. And Brian Robin, well, it's about that time again, my friends. Hashtag feed Cookie, hashtag bring Cookie home, and hashtag laugh like a supervillain. Gladly. Thank you for such an amazing morning and all you do, my friend. Oh, brother, thank you, man. I'm not doing this alone. I've got so many people in the trenches with me, and I couldn't do any of this without you, any of you. Don't wait for this weekend to be yours. Make it so. Working on it hard, Brian. You have a great weekend. Much love to you and the missus. Have a fantastic one. Christian Basil says, Michaela Jade, I will continue the Deep Valley tour tier and OnlyFans, but for authors, says Skunk Rocker. There you go. And I'll lick the spines of the authors for my OnlyFans page. And Brian, you need to listen to Michael Longcore. Nick, send me a link to it if Michael's got a YouTube thing. Send me a link to that if you would, please. Christian Basil says, Brian, are you sure you can handle me alone on Tuesday's Clever Title Pending? Maybe bring in a co-host, Michaela Jade, Kara Nicole, Willow Skylar. Nope, I'm gonna do you all by myself. That's the way we're gonna roll, Christian. Are you saying you don't want me to be there? Is that it, Christian? Have you turned on me, Christian? What the hell? I thought we had a thing. Anyway, Skunk Rocker says, there's a great story. Jello Biafra, I love Jello Biafra, told about going and seeing the Ramones live for the first time they ever played in Boulder, Colorado, and the crowd's reaction to pure horror and disgust. Oh my God, Skunk, I don't know if you've been here when I told you, but the first thing I ever heard from the Dead Kennedys was Too Drunk to Fornicate. That's that's what we're going to say it, folks. It's actually Too Drunk to... Okay. I saw the 45 at a local record store. And I'm like, I saw the cover and I'm like, I've got to own this. And the owner is like, I'm not sure you're going to like that, Brian. Of course, I said, it's what kind is it? He said, it's punk. I said, I love punk. I listened to early Ultravox, listened to Ramones and, early Blondie and all the stuff out of CBGBs out of New York, mostly in Sex Pistols, mostly related to the British punk stuff. Pardon me. But anyway, I took it home. And it was back in the day when you had the 45s where you lifted you set the thing down on the spindle and then you put the little balancing arm down. And then when the thing started up, the record fell, the arm came down, the needle went down the groove, you play the music. Well, if you left that arm, the balance arm up, it would play over and over and over. And that's what, and I loved the first play. And I'm like, I got to hear this again. So I set it on constant repeat. Well, my mother and I worked different shifts, and we just kind of passed each other in the night. And so she came home and I said, Mom, let me make you some dinner. You've worked hard. So I'm making dinner and I forgot that was on. And she's listening to this Too Drunk to over again. And I finally realized, I'm like, oh crap. And so I run in the front room, turn it off. And I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. I forgot this was on. And she's like, no, I really enjoyed that. Some of the lyrics are a little questionable, but at least they know how to play their instruments. And I'm like, well, Mom's a Dead Kennedys fan now. This is great. Christian Basil, the Skunk Rocker, I like the way you think. And I'm glad someone does that, Skunk Rocker. I certainly don't. With the thoughts that come out of my head, my brain is less of a think tank and more of a sewage treatment plant. That's why you and I get along so well. And Sarah popping in to say hello, and I love you. I love you too, Sarah. Hope you're doing well. Stay healthy. I hope you're on the mend still. And oh, hey, Sarah's actually here, says Skunk Rocker. That's awesome. And I woke up, had some pizza, and you guys are still going. Wow, we are the Energizer Bunny of broadcasts. And Sarah, Dark Mistress, moi. And Rolf says, Joe Dog, Michaela, and Carl. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I didn't even see that, Michaela. That's why we get along so well. And wow. And hello to Sarah, says Carl Witzman. And love and was to Sarah. Hope to see you tonight in the green room, darling. Hope everything's going well at home, hun. Give me an update, would you please? And the band gender names like mom, dad, brother, etc., etc. Let me find the article. Yeah, send me a PM to that if you would, Brian. I'm interested in that. Of course, there's so much to unpack in the stimulus package that has so little to do with the stimulus, but that's another rant. John B. Pike, the storyteller, says, if you haven't seen Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, you actually must. I've heard of that. I would love to see that. Yeah, I was sorry they didn't have Eurovision this year because Little Big from Russia was entered. By the way, I found 2 videos on YouTube with a 30-minute concert featuring Little Big. Good stuff. Really good. Scott Clarker says, and by extension, Johnny Cage, the character from Mortal Kombat, is named after Nicolas Cage and therefore Luke Cage. Now that I didn't know, Skunk. Thank you. And Nick Cage has one of the few Action Comics #1 in existence at the time. He paid more for that than any comic to that date. I want to say like $2 million. I heard that too. I'd also heard that he may have had more than one copy. I know he sold at least one. Amy Hale, greatest showman is epic, says Sean Pica. It's why movies were created. Oh, I was hoping it wasn't for 2 girls, 1 cup. But anyway, Nick Tucker says, you know the whirlwind wonder that Cindy Kep always forgets to plug a person? CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for that newsletter. She's amazing. And Brian Wesloff says, the hill, blah, blah, blah. Brian, could you send me that in PM direct to me? Because I'm I have trouble like downloading that stuff, and I'm not gonna type all that. I can't see it half the time. And there's a Walmart 10-inch exclusive Superman pop I'm on the hunt for. Looks like the Metropolis statue. Ooh, Brian, or excuse me, Eric, if I see one, I will grab one for you, okay? After I get the first one for myself. Carlene says, probably should say, sorry, guys, but I'm not. Any musical with Maurice Chevalier, Gigi, and I'd rather be rich are my top two. Gigi's wonderful. I haven't seen that in decades. That's a good memory there. And geriatric German grandma's spanking Spanish men. That sounds like something off of Christian's playlist. And Douglas Deck says, Plant City will be home. Okay, cool. I think I know where that is. Very cool. Well, good luck in your move, Douglas. Seriously, be safe and hope that all goes well. And gotta run. Boss just came into the office. John B. Pike, just tell him you were talking with me, and all will be forgiven. Douglas Deck, that's like 20 minutes from me. Douglas, it's not too soon to run back to Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Douglas Deck says, yes, we need to connect. Moving mid-February, and I'll be near the Stingray dealership. Well, I-4 and Park, I think that's the name. And Dick Tockard says, oh, wait, I don't know if Haywood Banks' song about internet porn has the same lyrics. Ooh. Oh, there's another one, Nick. Look up Tom Lehrer, Lehrer. By the way, Tom Lehrer's website has all of the lyrics and sheet music to his songs, and he's found a way to make it Creative Commons so you can use it. All right. He doesn't even need attribution. Amy Hale says, Haywood Banks is a lyrical genius. I have most of his music. He is fun. I remember him now. And well, it's afternoon now. Don't die, feed Cookie. Much love to both of you. And give the Morris Dragon a hug from me, says the Skunk Rocker. This is from Skunk. Oh, I love it. See? You've made a friend, Skunk. And let's see here. And let's see. Okay. Oh, you're back. Okay. Let's see. Block user. There we go. And they're gone. And OMG, what level of Fresh Hell's Congress trying to pull us into now? Hard telling. And great show, Brian. ARS Live. Let's see, Amateur Rocket Science live at 2:15 a.m. Saturday morning for Rocket Lab, and 4:45 p.m. Saturday afternoon for SLS Test Plus. Stupid o'clock later at 11 p.m. on Saturday. Okay, been awake over 3 hours now. Time for the next 3 of sleep. Joe Dog McKeel, thank you for being here, and we are proud to have the Joe Dog family of shows in the umbrella of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Thank you, Joe Dog, for being a great part of that. And I'm still trying to get into Comic-Con. Yeah, and Molly. Also, Molly PM me. I need to talk to you about Kokomo-Con next year. And Brian Wesloff says over under 50% San Diego happens this year. I'm betting not. Depends on how California goes, because you talk about a super spreader event, San Diego is it, and it's got a global reach. So we could be, depending on how we are with the pandemic by then, that'd be a great place to distribute vaccines, if you know what I mean. Christian Basil, I'm saying, Brian, 3 ways, much more fun. Well, I'll take that under advisement, young man. And one thing, in releasing video of my show, when I DM it to you, can you review it for me? Oh, sure, yeah, glad to. And Christian, I'll back Brian up on the show if needed. There we go. We'll get Nick on there. Neither one of us will get a word in, which I love. And much love to Sarah. As from all of us, Sarah, we love you, and we are caught up with your comments, and that's how it's going to stay, because Cookie needs to be fed. Anyway, thank you again to Cindy Kep for this adorable, totes adore, this beautiful dragon, knitted, or crocheted dragon, I should say. It's crocheted. I can't really tell crochet. I'm not skilled enough. I used to be able to tell crochet from knitted. I can't anymore. But this is a definite work of capital A art. And thank you again, Cindy Kep. You are the best. I owe you so much. And anyway, CKOEPP.com. And check out, please, the work of Cindy Kep on Amazon. She is amazing. You'll be hearing so much about her this year. This is going to be her year of leveling up, and it's going to be yours too. I just feel this. We just got to wait for the moment to strike. But right now, keep creating. Make this a better world. And thank you to everyone who was on the show this morning and has been sharing this and commenting. And it has been fantastic. are so glad to have you here. And what's this Reels and Heels thing I keep hearing about, Brian? If you don't know by now, brother, you are so out of the loop, man. Everybody knows what Reels and Heels is. Saturday afternoon at 2:15. You ought to watch that show. They've got a great host on there. Flawless execution, great conversation on wrestling and pop culture. Nicole Jobin does a great job. Don't know who else is on there, but anyway. But anyway, folks, it's time for us to take our leave so you can start winding down for the workday and winding up for the weekend. And we're going to have a great weekend and great show again. Layers, Gators. Carleen, see you tonight in the green room. Looking forward to it. And speaking of the weekend, don't forget this coming Sunday. I will be on Sunday Funnies with Randy Zimmerman on indievolt.com. On YouTube and on Facebook, please check it out. We're going to talk old comics. We're going to talk new comics, but we're going to talk about fun comics, no matter when they were created. Always going to be a great time. So check that out. Also, let's see, tonight, the Green Room, the Historical Fencing Guild. More good stuff on the YouTubes and on the Facebooks. Broadcast, please check out our friends on their broadcasting efforts. Also, Saturday morning, a lot of good stuff going on. Also, Stupid O'Clock, 11 p.m. Saturday evening. Saturday evening at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. That great after convention hours conversation you love. Always a great time to listen to those very intelligent, wonderful people. And so, as always, I want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. They do great work. And Jeffrey Hayes does astounding work. You see their videos all throughout this show. Please check them out. And he's very affordable. Trust me. So send him a line and give him some love, okay? And also, again, we want to congratulate Karen Nicole on her monstrously successful Fire Bitch #2 Kickstarter campaign. You can get it and Fire Bitch #1 at this address here. Kickstarter #1 is an add-on. But you've got a lot to choose from as far as thank you levels. So please support this. Karen Nicole was a guest along with Lisa, her manager, Lisa Malone, last Tuesday on Clever Tile Pending. And this Tuesday, we're going to have Christian Basil. We've got quite the lineup for January, and February is lining up, as is March. And so please check out what we're doing. It's going to be a good time. And let's see what else. And let's see, here we go. Reels and Heels has a great host, Nicole Jobin and Will Schuyler, beautiful ladies. There you go. Those are the two I was thinking of. When they come on the screen, sorry, I can't see anyone else. It just doesn't register with me. Go figure. But anyway, thank you for watching, one and all. Appreciate it. And like I said, thank you to PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Check them out on Facebook. Check out their webpage and check out their great work. You'll see some more of it before the end of this broadcast. Also, please go to let me get the other thing up here. Wrong place. Anyway, patreon.com. If you want to support us on a monthly basis, please go to patreon.com and support many of your favorite creators on there on a monthly basis. And please sign up for my free monthly newsletter at this address here, or go to risingtide.pub and you can sign up there, or send me a messenger DM message on Facebook with your email address and I'll sign you up personally. We have every issue has motivation, education, inspiration, secret links, and an exclusive video just for my newsletter people. It is pretty cool. And the secret links are worth it alone. Trust me on this one. Otherwise, how would you learn about marble racing? So anyway, please sign up for that. We would appreciate that. RisingTide.pub. You can also subscribe there. We do not trade, sell, or in any way disseminate your mailing information. No spam because of us. If you're watching us on Facebook on the Rising Tide Publications page, if you enjoyed any part of this, please give it a like. And also, please, give the video a like and sign up for the page. Please give the page a like. That would help so much. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, we appreciate you there so very much. Please, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, be sure to subscribe and tingle that little bell so you're notified of all future appearances. That would be wonderful. We'd appreciate that. And let's see, do we have any more comments? And see you all later, says Carl Witzman. Carl, see you in the green room tonight. And ciao for now. Much love. Mwah. Sarah, as always. Oh, most lickable spine in East Central Illinois. Anyway, glad to see you, Sarah. Hope you're feeling better. Thinking and loving you and your family. Anyway, much love to you. And hashtag love to you and cookies. Same to you, Trevor. Thank you so much for being my friend. Love you desperately, man. Hope you have a great weekend, buddy. And we hope you have a great weekend, too. We hope you make it your own. Be creative this weekend. Forget the troubles of the world and make your part of it just a little bit better with creation, all right? And we will be back. Like I said, we'll be on 9 a.m. on indievolt.com with Randy Zimmerman and guests on Sunday Funnies. And we will also be back Monday morning at 10 a.m. You betcha, for the next episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. All right, for more creative conversation and coffee. And as always, we hope you have a great weekend. Thank you all. Remember, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because you are. Whether you know it or not, you are. Somebody is looking up to you right now. Give them something in return, like a smile or some art. Anyway, everyone, have a great day. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you Monday on Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By, with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality, available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Winzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. With an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
So let's go.
Ooh. Oh. My nippies got hurt.